And we are live. Welcome to Profile Pod TV. I'm your host of the evening, Andy Anatomical. Damn, I'm nervous and stuttering and shit. Welcome to the evening. Welcome to the show. We got a big night, big show in store for you, man. I'm excited about tonight, man. I'm telling you what, I am like, I feel like I'm back in my football days where I'm just, it's game day. You know, I was nervous all day. I was had the butterflies in my stomach, and man, I was just like, this is awesome, man. I'm pumped up, man. I was pumped up today. Brought me back to those, like I said, man, football days. And by the way, we're gonna have something football related in several weeks, just to give you drop a little nugget there for you. In a couple of weeks, we're gonna do a nice 4 or 5 part series. Haven't really sorted that out yet. But it's going to be all based on football. We're going to have some collegiate, ex-collegiate players and some coaches. So that's going to be good. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that. That's going to be in early October. So here on Profile Pod TV, you don't want to miss that. Matt, thank you so much for tuning in wherever you're tuning in from. I know we have, we promoted this pretty hard today. I know we got a lot of people going to tune in. So I'm super excited about that. Wherever you're tuning in from, like I said, you're on the East Coast, Central, here in California. You guys are awesome for being here. And if you're watching the replay later on, thank you as well. Just, I love all the support, all the viewers being here and checking us out, because like I said, man, we got a big show tonight here on Profile Pod TV. So yeah, man, I was watching that David Blaine thing earlier, and man, that reminded me of that one guy who did the that space launch with oh my goodness, Red Bull about 8 years ago. You guys remember that? He went up to the in a capsule. He floated all the way practically into space from like 30,000 feet, and he jumped. So, anyways, that kind of reminded me of that David Blaine. I didn't even watch the end of that, to be honest with you. I heard he skydived off the thing from the balloons, so that was kind of cool, man. So I like to do the shout outs, as you guys know. I like to do the shout outs. Before I do the shout outs, don't forget to subscribe to Profile Pod TV, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe. Click that little red button on YouTube. Appreciate the support. Like, follow, share, comment, all that stuff, man, because I love interacting. I like getting feedback. I like getting constructive criticism, if that's the case. And yeah, man, let's collaborate. Let's interact. Don't forget to do that, as well as follow us on Instagram. Follow us at Profile Pod TV, and also 90s Galore, 90s_galore. On Instagram, on Twitter as well, 90s Galore. I'm on Twitter under that. Apple Podcast, subscribe. Leave us a comment. Give us those 5 stars. You guys know the deal, man. You guys know the drill. I really appreciate it, man. So, let's interact. Like I said, man, let's keep growing and help each other out, and continue to go after our goals and dreams, man. That's what it comes down to. That's what it's all about. So, the shout outs. Lots of shout outs tonight, man. Lots of shout outs. It's been real busy, man. A lot of activity going on Instagram. And gosh, it's a lot of fun, man. Let me tell you what, man. It's fucking fun, doing all that. I love networking with people, and that's my passion. That's my passion, is really connecting with people. That's my calling, I think. People, man. People and networking and getting to know others and learning from people, man. That's what it comes down to for me. So lots of shout outs tonight. First of all, Tina Mendoza, 143, Carnalismo Clothing Company, Pura Cultura, Dude from LA Podcast, Long Beach Carlos, Diverse City, Pussy Crook. Yes, that's a real moniker. You heard that correct. Craft Culture, Matt Gallegos. I want to thank all of you, and the rest. Hey, if I didn't mention your name, you guys, again, man, you guys are doing big things. You guys are motivational, inspirational, and keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. If I mention your name there, yeah, man, you guys are really inspiring me and doing some big things out there, and seeing a lot of good things. Kickback Podcast as well, man. Chris, you're doing awesome things. And I almost forgot to mention that this is an interactive show. So if you have a question for our guest, or myself or whatever for the discussion, then just chime in here. We have the chat board ready to go. Comments, and I'll post the question. I'll get you on. We'll announce it, and I'll post the question / comment on the screen there, and we'll get you on, man. And so let's make this an interactive thing tonight, man. Without further ado, let's get into brass tacks here. Let's get to the meat and potatoes, man. Shit, what am I doing here? So yeah, man, this gentleman needs no introduction. I'm super excited, man, because he's got a huge following on Instagram, 5,000 plus. I think maybe closer to 10,000. I apologize there, sir. But yeah, man, he's doing big things out in the community. I see him grinding. He's hustling. He's interviewing. He's on camera. And he's just, man, this guy's just like an inspiration to me, because that's what that's why I created this podcast. Because I like to bring individuals on, and it's a platform for inspiration, motivation, highlighting others, showcasing them, so this man here is all of that, and he embodies all of that. And he inspires me because I see him, hustling out there, and that pushes me. Anytime I see someone like that, it pushes me, man. So it's my pleasure to have this guy here live in studio, quote unquote, Mr. Steven Martinez, aka Megaman, from the Megaman's podcast.
Ooh, what's up, man?
What's up, man? How's it going, Megaman? Welcome to Profile Pod TV, bro.
Thank you. I mean, I've been really busy. I've been trying to babysit. I'm trying to get a hand job by my lady or have some sex, but having a son, man, he's a major fucking cock blocker.
Oh shit, they'll do that, man. Those damn kids. Like I said earlier today, Mega Man, I was saying, man, tonight is like I typically do notes and talking points and stuff, But tonight I said, the hell with all that, because nothing's wrong with that. But hey, I'm gonna just go balls to the wall tonight, man.
Oh, we're gonna gay, like you said. You never know what you never know what you're gonna get on the Mega Man's podcast.
Exactly, right? Exactly, man. You never know what's going to happen. So, man, it's a pleasure to have you, bro. I'm glad we got to do this. Like I said earlier, man, I've seen you out there in the community. You're doing big things. You're hustling, man. You're grinding, and that's a motivational thing, man, to see, man. How's everything going, bro? You keeping everything in balance?
Yeah, good. Everything, took 2 days off. I might be transferring to another position somewhere with my job. Focus on that. Spending time with my lady, the kids, with my 2 boys going back to school. This whole Zoom thing on staying home, fuck that. I mean, put a mask on, go back to school, man, because I gotta get your kids out of the fucking house, man.
Oh man, tell me about it, bro. I think I have a 2-year-old, I have a 4-year-old. It's been challenging, man, the last 5 months, with that, and it's shit. I hear you, bro. I hear you, man. You gotta make schedule appointments to hang out with your wife and your old lady, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, and also, like I said, I've been really busy on the podcast. I've been just trying to get a lot of content, much as I can. Just doing other people's podcasts, getting the guests, getting the Zoom, getting the Skype, this thing that you're doing called StreamYard. I'm gonna look into that. The YouTube, the merge. I mean. And just, I know it was a little setback, but you know what? I got to put something out. I got to put out. And actually, I put out episode 164, but I'm already at 226.
Oh my goodness, really?
200. I'm already at episode 226 right now.
So you have those batched up?
I have those batched up, and there's a lot of episodes I'm not going to mention for some surprising guests, but yeah. I'm already at 226.
Oh man, I can't wait, Mega Man. I can't wait, man. Anything you want to share right now? Any exclusives for us, or you're keeping everything close to the vest, as they say?
Well, I'll say maybe Josh Thompson from the Bellator, maybe Martin Moreno. Little solo, something.
Yeah.
Maybe Crowns and Hops, who knows? Maybe Great Notions Brewery.
Man, okay, hey, just a little, just giving us a little taste, right? Just a little. That's awesome, man. Hey, I can't wait. I can't wait, Mega Man. The next, I think, heading out of this year, uh, next year's gonna be a big year, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Next year's gonna be even bigger year.
Yeah.
So I'm
Mm-hmm.
really excited. I'm really excited.
Yeah. I'm really focused on for 2021. So this is one of the reasons why I'm putting out so much content out and try to get everything ready because I need to focus on the website, the merch, and all that stuff. But for 2021, Mega Man's no fucks given. I'm gonna go hard. I mean, not put one episode out a week. I might be putting out fucking 2 or 3 episodes out of every fucking week.
Man, Mega Man, I've been thinking about that, man. I need to increase my output, and without compromising quality, of course. But I think I'm in a position now where I'm more comfortable, and I think I can do that. I think I can expand a little bit. Put out a quality, 2 quality podcasts a week. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Dude, man. So freaking Mega Man, yeah, man. That's great to see, Mega Man. You're doing a lot of things, and you want to do things, man. You know what I like about you, man, is because you want to do things, from the heart, man. You want to do things for the community. I hear you, man. I hear you.
Yeah.
You want to do community outreach and stuff like that. Some philanthropy, hopefully in the future and stuff like that. So yeah, I know that's in your heart, man. That's great to see, man. And that's such a great thing, man. How often? Or I'm sorry. When did you start your podcast, bro?
I did the podcast on accident. I always been I guess everyone's always trying to say Mega Man's a fanboy because we listen to Joe Rogan, Fighter and the Kid, Mark Maron, all those big times, and tell you the story. So how the reason why I got into the podcast is because Joe Rogan invited George Perez from the George Perez stories on his podcast, and Joe Rogan was pushing George Perez, hey, you should do a podcast. So when George Perez was, getting his podcast ready, I wanted to make sure, like, hey, maybe George Perez want to check it out, see if he has a podcast. So a month later, I subscribed to the GPS stories he did with Sidekick Gideon and Xavier. Xavier is the producer for the tinfoil hats he does with Sam Tripoli.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, so he does that, and I've been listening to it, tagging him, and going to the comedy shows and everything. And George Perez, he DM'd me, say, hey, Mega Man, what are you doing on so-and-so night? And I says, nothing. Why? He said, I want you to come on to be the 50th episode for of the best fans. So then he invited me on. I was smoked out. It took me about 3 hours to get home. I was fucking faded. I was like, what the fuck's going on? And I was nervous. I don't know what a podcast, I mean, you listen to podcasts, but when you do podcasts, you see what's behind the scenes and the chit chat. And it was cool. Then 2 weeks later, Martin Rizzo, he has a podcast he does with his lady called Squat by the Bell. I was on.
Okay.
He was the one who told me how to do by Anchor and everything, and I did his podcast. And this is where I give credit when credit's due. Was Martin Rizzo? He was the one that got me into the podcast game. So when I started doing it, I guess in a way I try to figure what am I going to talk about because I was only doing solo. So my first episode was like 35 minutes. I put like an intro and an episode 1 together. It was like shit. I mean, every episode's like, what are you gonna do?
I hear you, man.
Yeah, and putting all these episodes, and it got worse. Like a couple weeks after, Felipe Esparza from the What's the Food podcast on YouTube, he said, "Shout us to fucking Mega Man. Follow him. Listen to this." Oh, and I was like, "Fuck me!" Now I can't go back now because I had over 100 messages. When's the next episode? And
wow,
that's where the whole thing started with the Mega Man's podcast.
And when was this?
This was in 2018, somewhere at the end of I think the last week of September of 2018. I started it.
Wow. Okay, so it'll be 2 years at the end of this month. It sounds like.
Yeah,
okay.
2 years, and
man.
I'm gonna tell you, I've been through some ugly times, good times, bad times in that podcast because there was back then in the early stages. There were some podcasters I don't fuck with no more, but some certain people were trying to give me bad advice to sabotage and make my podcast. Just to quit because maybe they see potential. Maybe like, oh shit, I think we fucking Pandora's box. I mean, look at him; he keeps on going, and it was hard because I try to get a lot of people to trust me. Hey, I want to get you on, but people were like, who the fuck is Mega Man? But when you start getting heavy hitters here and there, like the first episode, the first major guest I ever had was Tony A. the Wizard, and he does the podcast called the Rhodium Radio.
Okay, yeah, I think I saw that on your page, man. Yeah, you're promoting something from him, and yeah, man, I got to check him out. Absolutely, okay.
Oh my God, his podcast. I didn't really expect Tony A to go out like that, but his fucking podcast is big. Then I had Tanya Estrada. Then I had MC Pancho. I just saw MC Pancho was it like last week. We did a Chicano documentary called Culture Rich, and I haven't seen him in 2 years, so it was nice to meet up with certain people, and that's when little by little I was trying to get better, work on my weaknesses, trying to get the right guest here and there. So I'm still learning as I'm going.
Yeah, oh man, it's yeah, I can tell you, but you're very you're very energetic, man, and you really bring it, man. So this was 2 years ago. And like you said, man, it's been a roller coaster ride, huh? It's been a roller coaster. When did you feel like you were like when you really hit your stride, bro? Like you felt like, okay, now I got, when you felt like you got a handle on stuff, and you went to that next level. Like what was there a certain episode or an event that you kind of felt like, man, okay, yeah, all right, now I'm ready to go to the next level?
Yeah, maybe when I got to the 90s, the episode 90s, I started finding my niche, my format, how I want it, and also I've been trying to promote hard, also, and try to work on your weaknesses. What am I doing wrong in the podcast? Is it the mics? Is it me talking? Should I not over talk? Should I not get drunk on the podcast? Because there was a lot of times I had to edit some certain things because I was like, oh, Megaman, you're a little too drunk. You're like, do.
Man, so you kind of noticed you kind of had to drink less than on the podcast. Huh?
Only drink one beer, that's it, and this is my fat beer. Well, that's my one beer, not 6 beers.
So it used to be 6. Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah, because I do a lot of beer talks, and a lot of when I go to the home brewers or the breweries, they would give me free beers, and I would just drink them on and I would be too fucking faded. So I was like, nope, I can't do that. I put that on my weakness. Like, nope, I would not get drunk on the podcast.
That's great, man. Hey, and that's hey, man. By the way, man, before I forget, I want to shout out to and you know what? It's a small world, Megaman, because you did a podcast for Craft Culture, and he is a good friend of mine, bro. And yeah, it was a small world, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Matt Gallegos.
He gave me his backpack. He gave me a free backpack, Craft Culture USA.
Yep, there it is. There it is, bro. Yeah. And my friend Matt had a picture of you with that with his buddy. Oh no, he had a picture of you with that bag. Yeah, that backpack. Small world, bro. You know what I mean? But
he's a good guy. And that's a coincidence that you brought him, because I want to do a collab with them, making some podcast shirts. Because I had him on the podcast. He makes shirts, hats, beer stuff, like just everything. Super nice guy, and I had him on the podcast, and he's very humble. And I just wanted to I wanted certain people. I want their stories to be told, and a lot of people ask me, why him, why her? Just a lot of, I always get that every day. Why, but it's just something that you feel in your heart, like he's the right person. Now there were some that I regret not having, but with him, he has a heart.
That's awesome. And what's his name from Craft Culture?
Oh my God, dude! I'm like I know
he's a good friend. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was trying to mention his name, but I was like, I have a brain fart right now. I just call him Culture, man. I just call him Craft Culture. That's how I know him. Because when you have Instagram, there's so many people, and you want to know everyone's names. So I just go by usernames.
Oh yeah, no, of course, bro. It's but yeah, man. It's a small world, bro. So you're 2 years in now, almost 2 years in, Megaman, and like I said, man, it looks like you're continuing to just get better and put out the content. What was your so when you first got into the game, though, going back, Megaman, what you didn't really have an idea as to what you wanted to talk about? You didn't have a niche, pretty much, or you think that kind of came along a little later? Were you kind of trying things out?
Yeah, well, the first thing is I want everyone to know me as Steven Martinez, but not as Megaman. So that's what I was trying to do, to have everyone know me, who is Megaman all about, to talk about the Megaman's life, the journey that I've been through, my struggles, being in a broken home, being homeless, getting my life back together. So I wanted to get all that stuff out of the way so, they can listen. And that's where I just wanted to be kind of more like a storyteller and or interview people because back then I used to be antisocial. I used to have a stuttering problem and everything. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to work on me. I wanted to socialize and work on my stuttering. So that's one of the reasons why, because of this podcast, listening to podcasts and having my own saved my life. And I if I wasn't listening to podcasts, if I wasn't doing podcasts, I don't even know where the fuck I'd be. And plus, it keeps me very grounded. But I just like getting to know people. I like interviewing people and just hearing their stories.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. And you have and now like it seems like you have you bring on a variety of people. I was listening to Lorena Sevis, great interview. That was recently, right? That was this year. I want to say back in maybe June. I mean,
Yeah,
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 excellent podcast, man. But yeah, man. Like I said, man, you just never know what's gonna happen with Mega Man, and
yeah.
But I was were you so hopefully, man, we can get that Felipe. We're getting Felipe would be huge, man. Holy shit, that would be awesome, bro. In November,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. Hopefully, I can try to get him on. I mean, I might. You never know what, like you said, you never know what you're gonna get on the Mega Man's podcast. I can get podcasters, comedians, inspiration people, small businesses, brewery people. I mean, who
Mhm.
actors? Who knows? Like, it just the sky's the limit because I mean, for us living in LA, we're to be honest, we are kind of spoiled because we could pick whatever they want. But
Yeah.
there's some some guests back then I wanted to bring on, but I'm not going to be that. Hey, come on, do my podcast. 'Cause I'm not going to mention, but there was a couple people who want to get on, but they're just playing catch ups. It's like you know what, whatever, bye. I will just go on to the next one because I'm not going to be that. Then they're going to come up later. Oh, Megan, I'm ready. No, too late, dude. I don't
Yeah.
want to. I don't want to, because some don't want to do your podcast until you reach over 100 episodes and everything. So, I remember when I had Martin Moreno, I told him, "Hey, do my podcast." It's like, wait, and the reason why he wanted to see if I'm gonna keep on going. So when I reached over
Mhm.
100 episodes, then he's like, "Hey, I think I'm ready to do your podcast," because I didn't know at the time. I was putting out in the early stages. I was putting out an episode out every day, and I did 100. I didn't know I did 100 episodes in 11 months. Usually, if you do 100 episodes, that takes you about 2 to 3 years. I didn't know,
Yeah. Yeah. For
and
sure.
I still got shit for people like, hey, calm down, slow down. Well, why are you telling me that? Because you can't keep up. Well, step your game up.
Yeah. No, you know, it's interesting you say that. This is, I think, I want to see 71st episode,
Hmm.
and I started in January of 2019. So, and
Hmm.
I've been pretty consistent, man. So yeah,
Oh
you
yeah.
were grinding, bro. You were grinding.
Hmm.
That's impressive, man. Yeah. Did you started with Anchor?
Yeah, I still do with Anchor, but I'm looking at other things. I'm really doing my homework about Spotify because Spotify just bought out Anchor, so we're gonna see what's going on with that. But I mean, they do. I mean, I don't have any problems. There's a little stuff you can twitch out. Because Anchor they give you a limit of 1 hour, but there's things that I do on the podcast, which I do it on my iPhone or my iPad where a lot of people spend thousands and thousands of dollars buying all that. Just give me a
Yeah.
mic and just give me a phone. Just make it fucking happen.
I know. I know. When I started with Anchor too. I have Anchor still, and I remember I was just doing it. I literally did everything on my cell phone, man, and it was
Mm.
free, And then you make a little extra cash, on the side, and that was a little bonus,
Oh yeah,
But
I
I,
did that too. I did that because I just cashed mine out like last month, and I cashed out what $400. That's all I had.
oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. But man, so you grew up in Northern California, huh?
No. Well, I
Or
used to
no?
live over there, but I was born in Long Beach, over here at
Okay.
Long Beach Memorial Hospital. Then I lived in Wilmington since I was the age of 11. I think 10 or 11. Then I moved to Carson. Then when my mom and my dad split up, me and my mom we moved to Northern California to Modesto. And I used to live in Modesto. I used to live in the Bay Area, Sac, Stockton, Union City, a little bit of Hayward for a couple months. Then after that, I moved back over there to Long Beach, with my first wife, my ex-wife. And,
Oh.
and ever since then, I stayed here. There was a time I wanted to move back because the whole story, what happened when, before I did the podcast, I was in a really bad breakup, and I had no other choice because all my family were all moving out of the state, and I was the only one here. So I wanted to move to Northern California with my mom, but things didn't work out. So I've been living in Long Beach ever since.
Wow, bro. Because I was wondering. I think I even like when I first kind of saw you on Instagram, bro. You someone said, "Hey, go Dodgers, go Dodgers," and you're like, "Nah, I'm San Francisco Giants." I was like, "Wait a minute, how's this guy? What?" Because I always see that you rock the LBC hat, I always see calling out at Long Beach. I was like, wow, this guy. I don't know how he's a Giants fan. He's got to have a story. And I think I even commented once. I asked you, and anyways, but yeah, bro. So I see why you became unfortunately, you became a Giants fan. No.
When I was living in Northern California, we take our sports very seriously. Remember back in the day when Sacramento Kings were good with Chris Webber and Jason Williams, and Lakers had a hard time, and watching the minor leagues, the minor leagues, and the A's, the Warriors, the Raiders, Niners. I mean, they take their sports seriously because when I used to work at a market at Food Max back in the day, and we used to be open 24 hours. When you have Raiders going to tailgates, people will come in 3:00 in the morning and buy all their meats, whatever, everything, because they're tailgating. They're trying to get the first come first serves at 5:30, 6:00 in the morning, and they're already getting drunk, and they're probably getting arrested after the fucking game.
Yeah, but no, I agree, man. They're serious about their sports, man. The Niners, everything. Giants, diehard fans, man. I respect that because hey, you represent, where you live, where you grow up, and I'm a hometown guy myself, as you can see. Where's there's my Dodger fan over my shoulder. Yeah, that's right. Diverse city. Go Dodgers. Go.
Hey, I was looking at your hat right there because he might be coming on my podcast.
Really? Oh, Eddie Bravo?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, nice. I reached out to him, but I don't know, but I really want to get him on. There's a lot of people in the 10 Planet Jiu-Jitsu I know here in Long Beach because that's one of the places when they did the riots with the George Floyd happened in Long Beach. That's one of the person who had their place burned down, and he had a 10 Planet Jiu-Jitsu in Long Beach.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother, he owns two of these, one in Riverside and Rancho Cucamonga. This is the Route 66 in Rancho Cucamonga.
That's a nice ass hat. I got to get one. That's a stat. Hey, that hat stands out.
Thank you, bro. Yeah. It's so check it out, man. 10th Planet. Yeah, 10th Planet. And so my brother's down at headquarters and with Eddie, occasionally. So the jiu-jitsu, man, that's a fucking awesome industry as well, man. Have you ever trained? You ever done any jiu-jitsu?
I did it back in the day with Brazilian Top Team, but it was only for a couple months. But I think it's time to it's time to get back on. It's time. He's trying to bring. Let's try to bring Megaman has to bring sexy back.
Oh yeah, there we go, bro. There we go, man. What really caught my attention earlier? You mentioned that the merch. You want to do some merch, bro? That would be. Do you have some ideas already, man?
Yeah. So shout outs to Brian Designs from Australia. So we're gonna make like 10 logos, and so I have maybe about 16 to maybe 23 different types of logos for the Megaman's podcast. I'm gonna be, I'm going to be making stickers with 4 different types of stickers, like the Mega Man Beer Talks, the Mega Man Podcast, the Mega Man After Dark. 2 other ones is for funny ones. Or a sticker like, hey, I was a guest on the Mega Man's Podcast. Pins, metal pins, shirts, hats, women's, baby shirts. I'm not going to mention the brewery because we're still in talks. Trying to do a collaboration to have a beer from Mega Man. Some beer glasses. I'm trying to talks with Proper Glass to make the Mega Man Podcast beer glasses, the holders. And someone was telling me, hey, why don't you just make a Mega Man Podcast Mexican blanket?
Hey, yeah, Didn't you? You mentioned that earlier, right? Something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Yeah, on Instagram, I think is
yeah.
that's a great idea, man. That thing, yeah, man, that would be fun. That would be a lot of fun to see how what comes about. And it would, I know it would do well. Absolutely, it would do well.
Yeah, just the Mexican podcast blanket and everything. So yeah.
uh, so, so how did the name? Were you Mega Man already? Did you have come up with? Did you come up with that name? Had you come up with that name when you first started?
Well, at the time when I was with my ex lady, who I have a daughter with, I'm not gonna mention her name, but she's like, "Why you gotta put that for? Why you gotta put Megaman? Yeah, yeah, yeah." It's like, well, that's Megaman's my favorite video game because shout outs to my
Is that
cousin
how she
Steve.
did it, Mega Man?
Yeah, just to fuck
I,
with her. But the reason why because my cousin Steven, rest in peace. He went back in the day when he was the first person to my first cousin in the whole block to have a Nintendo. He had Super Mario 2, then 3, and I remember he rented this game called Mega Man. And when I used to come over there, I used to play Mega Man games and all. So once I did, I fell in love with it. I mean, when I bought my kids an Xbox One, I didn't buy my kids Xbox One. I bought that because it came with the Mega Man collections, Xbox One Mega Man game for the collection. So I play it from time to time. But yeah, I'm a huge Mega Man fan. I love anything with Mega Man games. That's my go-to.
oh man, yeah, because right away I saw your name. I was like, oh man, that's okay. That's Mega Man, the video game from back in the day. I think it was Nintendo, man. Right? That
Yeah,
was way back to the '80s.
yeah,
If I'm not
and
mistaken.
my mom has it, but I have a box unopened of the Power Glove.
Wow, those damn.
I got the Power Glove. I got the pad. Remember when we get the Nintendo, you used to get that track and field. I have the pad. I have I have an unopened TurboGrafx. Remember TurboGrafx the 16?
Oh my gosh, what was that?
Yeah,
'80s?
yeah. I remember, and I used to have. Well, it's open, but I used to have the Neo Geo. That was like the Xbox of that back then. Remember, these cost over $1,000.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Damn.
and I have a 2 box unopened of Garbage Pail Kids.
You still have garbage?
Yeah, but it's the box. It's unopened.
Wow, bro. Garbage Pail Kids. I remember I had a tia, man, that came over once. This is back in the day. I was 7, 8 years old, 9 years old, and you always have that tia that comes in and starts telling your mom how all that stuff is possessed and es el demonio, es el del demonio, y todo eso, y so so like she convinced my mom that the Garbage Pail Kid cards were evil and possessed. And I never heard they got banished from the house, bro. But yeah, I remember those things were fun, man.
Those were the good. Oh yeah, those were the good old days. Like just when I was, because I'm an '80s kid, so when I used to live in Wilmington with all my cousins on the block, I used to look up to them. I used to envy them because I want to do what I want to do, but when you have a strict ass mom, you got to be in the house. I got to be peeking out the window. I want to get in there. My mom was too strict. I couldn't play because I was like the real version of the fucking Curious George. I was just like I was a troublemaker. No wonder my mom has a lot of fucking gray hairs because of my ass.
Oh, tell me about it, bro. I come from 5 brothers, bro. My poor mom, bro. But yeah, it's ladies and gentlemen, we are on Profile Pod TV live with Mega Man from the Mega Man's podcast. Shout out to everybody that's here. Christina Mendoza, Tina Mendoza. You're Christina on here. Oh, Christina. Thank you so much, Diverse City. All of you for being here, man. You guys are awesome. We appreciate it. And Chris from Kickback Podcast is in the house también. All right, man. What's up, bro? What's up, man? Just did his podcast last week, man. Or he did mine. I'm sorry. He came on last week, Mega Man, and as you know, and man, that guy was funny, bro. That guy is fun. I know have you been on his, or I know he came on yours, right? Or what?
Yeah. Well, so I've been on his, but actually, I think there's a limit of people who come on the Mega Man's podcast. There's some that came on like 3 or 4 times, but when the fucking content's good, and me and Chris, we already have a good flow of what to say, what not to say, and the good talk and everything. it comes out good. I remember one time he was like, "Hey, if you want to take a day off from the Megaman's podcast, let me know. I'll take over your podcast." Like, oh shit. I was like, "Oh, Chris, I'm gonna hold you up to that, dude."
Hey, that's an idea, bro. That's that's a different idea. Should just be a guest, just take over the whole thing, and just be a guest host, right?
Yeah. And that's the same thing with him, because if one of his I think Jay or Jesse, one of them can do, he can always tell me, "Hey, Megaman, what are you doing tonight?" It's like, well, fuck it, let's go over there. I'll bring the fucking beers. Let's fucking make it happen. It's gonna be a 3-hour fucking podcast.
Oh man, that's man. So I see you pretty big in the beer game, man. The craft brewery and all that, man. You're really a supporter. And are you familiar with Dallas Beer Talk? He's on Instagram.
Dallas Beer Talk. No, I have to look him up. Yeah, I follow a lot of craft beer people. I know you said Chris from Kickback. His brother Gilbert is from Dead Mall Anarchy. And I already had him on the podcast, and there's a lot of craft beer people. We're more of a family, when it comes to beers. We trade beers and everything and stuff like that. I'm personally know Beer Thug Life. A couple weeks ago, I just had Beer Zombie on the podcast. That was like, to me, I was so fucking nervous to interview Beer Zombie because he's like fucking God in the craft beer scene. And I was fucking nervous, dude. I was like, my lady said to me, like, "Hey, Steve, let's have sex." No, leave me alone. I'm nervous. That's nervous. I can't do this shit. It's like, I got to be on my A game. So having him on, and, like I had a couple days ago, Daniel for the head brewer out of 8-Bit, he makes delicious beers, and he's really well known because when you have Other Half Brewery, and it's based out of New York, tell you, "Hey, I want you to come over here and want you to come help with our brewery." That's a big deal, because Other Half Brewery is probably one of the top 10 breweries of all United States.
Wow. Okay, isn't that that's not your friend that's leaving to the East Coast, is it?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, that's him. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna put that episode tonight as a bonus episode, just because I want a lot of people to follow him, because he's the up and coming head brewer, and I didn't know about this. When you go to college, and there's beer colleges in Chicago, or and I'll give you an example. You ever watch that movie The Firm with Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
He was one of the best lawyers, students out of Harvard, and all these lawyers come and start. That's what I feel like he is. He's like, I didn't know that there's owners are looking for scouts, looking for like, I want to have that brewer, the head brewer guy to my brewery to help my business. So they're going to give him all this money, maybe stakes to be ownership or whatsoever. But I didn't know it was. Wow. I didn't know it was like that in the beer game. So when you graduate and you're really well known, and you make over, like, there's the head brewers I know that make close to maybe over 100 different types of beers. That's what a lot of these new breweries are opening up. It's like, "Hey, I want you to come on because of the name, the Instagram, the beers that you bring on, the rotation." I mean, it's a business out there in the craft beer game.
Man, yeah. Absolutely, Brian. Like you said, it's kind of, I think it's like skyrocketing right now, huh? That whole industry.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because at the same time, it's skyrocketing, but at the same time, in California, we need to have these breweries open, because if not, they're going to be closing down this year and next year because of this whole COVID, because of all beers to go. So what's going to happen is, a lot of these breweries, I'm not going to mention, but there's some bad breweries where their beers suck. Those are going to be the ones the first to go. But some of the breweries that have kitchens, you can still stay open as long as you have a big space for a patio. You can drink outside and all that stuff. I'll give an example. Long Beach Beer Lab over here, they have a good setup. They make delicious beers, cans, everything sells. They have the patio. I mean, they do to go. You got to figure out a way to come up with that rent or this or whatever to stay afloat. So you got to do whatever you can to survive. If not, you're going to close down. There's even major breweries that I know personally that might be closing down because they don't have a kitchen, and they took a big hit. And I remember I won't mention that this person was crying, telling me, Megaman, I don't even know if we're gonna make it this year. So what do you mean?
Damn.
This much a stack of overdue papers, overdue bills. Like there's this shit like that. So that's
Yeah.
why there's like they're trying to get all these senators or people to say, hey man, can we open the restrictions now? Can you open the breweries up back then?
Yeah.
Because if not, what's gonna happen? And the ones who are really gonna be happy is Budweiser, Harbor, just
Oh yeah.
all like the Heinekens and all that, because they were
Miller.
saying in 5 years we're gonna take over, and the craft beer breweries are all gonna fucking die. Either you're with us or you're gonna fucking sink. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes in a way it's good. There's a lot of good breweries out there, but it's sometimes in a way it's cutthroat.
Yeah. No, that's a prime example for sure, man. No, that's well, hopefully things, man. I'm hoping, and we're all hoping and praying that this thing, the situation gets better and we get out of the situation, and move on with life, and hopefully, but yeah, check out Dallas Beer Talk. Shout out to Victor, man. He's out there in Texas, man. There's a lot of stuff out there in Texas too, Mega Man. I'm sure you're familiar, man. A lot of breweries out there, a lot of craft breweries, and a lot going out. It's a great scene out there, man.
I was kind of thinking about moving to, if the things get worse in California. I know my lady Cynthia, she's on watching us right now as we speak. Shout out Cynthia. She wants to she wants to move to Washington, but I kind of like Dallas because everyone's moving to Dallas. But with this whole hailstorm and all the weather, fuck all that, dude. But there's a lot of good breweries out there. A lot of the people listen to the Megaman's podcast are a lot of brewery people or craft beer people that live in Texas. And for some kind of reason, we might take a trip next year and see if Washington's a good fit. But I mean, I'm a Long Beach guy, but sometimes in a way, how I was thinking to my lady is like, well, if we move over there, who am I going to bring on the Mega Man's podcast? It's a new state. I don't even know people. I mean, it's hard.
Oh man, yeah. You mentioned Washington, Mega Man. I was in the Navy. I was stationed up there for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
When I was from 18 to 20, I was up there. And let me tell you, bro, coming from a guy who grows up in Southern California and then goes to Washington, I was in outside of Seattle. It's called Bremerton. And you quickly realize how amazing, it is in California. No offense to Washington. I mean, it's beautiful up there. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But like shit, right here we got the sunshine. I mean, up there rains almost, I think, like 9 months out of the year, bro. A lot of rain. But point is that, man, it's a beautiful place down here in California, man, in Southern California. And I know there's a lot of people moving out. There's an exodus going on right now. In fact, my next door neighbor, I just moved into this house 2 months ago. My next door neighbor is moving out pretty soon. Like they're in escrow. And I was like, hey, shit, did we scare you away already? And but anyways, they're moving to Texas. Point being, they're moving to Dallas, Fort Worth area. I know a lot of people going out there, Arizona, but yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah, it's
I mean, like Joe Rogan, he's moving out there. I mean, everyone's moving. I watch comedy and seeing all these comedy people moving, like Joey Coca Diaz. I was supposed to have him on the podcast, and he's moving to New Jersey. So what am I gonna fucking do? And he doesn't want to do Zoom. And it was sad. I was crying like last week on Monday it was Monday, or if not last week, because he just put out the last episode of the Church of What's Happening Now. So now he's gonna do another podcast, and I was like,
wow,
fuck, man. That's like, you had it, but Lee Syatt's probably moving to Wisconsin. Brandon Shaw from The Fighter and the Kid. He's moving to Texas. Brian Callen. We don't know. I'll tell you after what happened with. I don't know if you heard what happened with Brian Callen.
No, from Matt TV.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's why you don't see him on The Fighter and the Kid no more, because there was a lawsuit for sexual harassment.
Oh,
some stuff which I don't know, but that's why he's kind of want to focus on that. Then Theo Vaughn's moving to Tennessee, so a lot of these podcasters are just venturing out.
Yeah, man. I think Elon Musk, I think, right? From
Yeah, yeah. He I think he's gonna move to Texas.
Tesla, right? Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people. I don't know what's going on in Texas, but man, but it's it's something else.
Yeah. No, I've heard Austin is really nice. Man, I've only been to El Paso, and shout out to El Paso. I have some family out there, and Dallas, bro. That's the only two places. And then
Yeah.
Houston Airport. It
Mm.
doesn't really count. But,
My dad lives in Fort Worth, Texas.
oh, really?
hmm
He's
That's
out
one of
there.
the that was one of the reasons why I want to move to stay closer, but things fell through. So I don't know what I'm just whatever my lady. We're gonna get married down the road, and the family. Like I wanna, if it's the best, we're gonna see first. I don't want to jump ahead, but we're gonna see how Washington is first. But like you said, I'm a Cali guy. I'm spoiled. I know a lot of people, and like I said, if I have to transition, start over, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, yeah. No, Tina Mendoza says Dallas, Houston, Austin are great cities. She says she has Texas connections. There you go. There you go. So, yeah, no, it will. I know you mentioned, and before you go on, let me mention real quick, going back to the brewery thing, Diverse City posted something I think that would is informational. Let me just put it up on the screen to email Catherine Barger, and there's her email to open up the Alley Brewery. So there's a nice piece of information, nice resource. Thank you, Diverse City, for posting that. You guys want to take that down real quick? Yeah, man, let's get these breweries going, man.
Yeah, we got to do whatever we can. Shouts to Diverse City. That guy's cool. I'm gonna get him on because there were some things I didn't know about what's going on, and I know he works in real estate, and there's a lot of things what's going on that he was talking about, which does make sense. Of in Long Beach with a lot of the gentrification, it just kind of opened my eyes on a lot of things, and this is one of the reasons why a lot of people are gonna love me and a lot of people are gonna hate me, but I'm gonna speak the truth because I don't really watch the news. I don't watch all that fake shit. I mean, I
Yeah,
listen to podcasts, I read books, I listen to what's going on social media, the word of mouth, what's going on. So there's a lot of things. A lot of people don't like how I am, but I'm I'm doing my research, I'm doing my facts, and I got a lot of shit for certain people saying, "How come Megaman? How come you don't support Black Lives Matter?" And I said, "I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't say yes or no." And said, "Well, how come?" Because I need to do my research. Now, the thing I have a problem is that there's certain people that don't support anything, and it's like, "Oh, if you don't support this, you're not my friend no more. You're a racist. You're Trump. You're this or whatsoever." So how can we be there to sit down and get to know each other, but at the same time there's certain people that don't want to socialize with you, they just want to cancel you.
oh man, yeah, it's Mega Man, when you're successful, bro, in any walk of life, there's always going to be the naysayers, negativity, people who are just, haters straight up, man. I think in any walk of life, bro, and that's a good sign because when you're good, people will tell you're good, right? And that's a sign of a success, man. When you have people jealous and envy. Unfortunately, man, it's just the way our world is. But man, no, you're gonna keep doing your thing regardless. So I'm
Oh
not.
yeah,
No,
like
nobody's tripping.
I had some girl like 2 months ago, fucking because she got mad, trying like you should cancel this culture. He's racist and this whatever. What are you talking about? This thing all happened because my boy E's on. From he does Be Real TV with Cypress Hill from Be Real called
Okay.
Green
Oh yeah.
Dr. Green Dumb podcast. I had him on a while back, but he reposted that no one came to the funeral for the military people for Vanessa Guillen. So I reposted that. You don't know what you're talking about, Mega Man, blah blah blah. This is all. It's like, hey, I'm just doing my research because the reason why is that her husband is stationed in Germany. She's a Latina woman somewhere, and she's stationed over there. So she's one of those keyboard warriors, and try to say why are you saying that my podcast is racist when I have mixtures of everyone coming on the podcast, and I had to explain myself, and I lost because of that. I lost about 3 or 4 guests that were going to come on, and when I told that, she did not. That girl who tried to cancel me, cancel culture me, it kind of reversed on her because what I explained, the Mega Man army, the followers, the listeners, were straight up roasting her to the point, the army, yeah, to the point her husband did me, Megaman, you need to stop this. Stop what? I'm not even doing anything. Her sister, who lives over here, stop harassing or stop doing. I'm not doing anything. I must think she got over close to like 80 to maybe close to 100 messages. Like, what the fuck is your problem doing that? What? And it backfired, and it was so stressful that she deleted her account.
Unbelievable, bro. She didn't even know you got the Mega Man SEAL team ready to go. Shit, deploy,
Yeah.
ready to deploy or like you said, the army on her, man. Hey, yeah, I'm sorry, Mega Man. Were you gonna say something?
No. What were you gonna say?
No. I want to Kickback podcast has a question for us, man. Pretty good question here. Despite radio getting a bad rap about it being the thing of the past, would either of you want to host their own radio show, man? I can tell you, hell yeah, man, I would. I love this industry, Mega Man. I love showbiz. I love performing. I love being in front of a camera. I've always loved it. I did some acting in my day as it was on Mad TV. And,
I saw that.
Yeah,
put a shot in the butt.
That's right, man. That's right. For those of you that don't know, I played. I was oh my God, I was almost at stunt double, lookalike for Jose Canseco, and we did a skit on Mad TV. I was on there with Ike Barinholtz, and the director of that particular scene I did was Marcy Darcy from Married with Children, Amanda Bierce. And she was super cool, man. Everyone was cool. It was a great experience, bro. This was in 2005. But anyways, check that out. It's you can go on YouTube and check it out under Mad TV Steroids. It's a quick little 2-minute skit, man. That was my 15 minutes, Mega. I'm trying to get them back now,
Hey, no, I know, I like that, and it's good that seeing like okay, you had a little something here, and it's good. But if there was like a radio station, who knows? Maybe Dash Radio. There's always that's always the one, but. A lot of radio people are looking or scouting, for podcasters, because a lot of people are listening to podcasts more than radio.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, bro. Yeah. No.
Oh shit. Uh oh. I think we have some technical difficulties. I think I lost you. We're gonna wait till he comes on right now. Well, in the meantime, everyone's all looking like I think there's some technical difficulties. What's up, everyone? What's crack-a-lackin'? Who's on right now? Let's see who's on with the chit chats. Can you see comments, Mega Man? Yeah, I was on last week. You should be able to see the comments. Play some music, Mega Man After Dark. Yeah, I might be doing the Mega Man's After Dark later on. We're just trying to see what's going on. At the meantime, how's everyone all doing? Shout out to my girl Tina. Tina, thank you so much for the support that you're always giving to a lot of the podcasters. Chris, shout out to you, Chris, for the Kickback podcast. Oh, sorry, there we go.
The power just went out in my house and it kicked back on. I don't know. Well, wow.
It's okay
So,
because when you're off, I was trying to host, trying to give some shout outs to everyone.
thank you, man. Thank you, Megaman. I appreciate that, bros. My apologies to everybody out there. The power just back. I don't know, man. That was a freak thing. Just happened. Okay, yeah. Let's. Jeez, man. Thank you, Megaman, for filling in there, man.
I got you, man. I got you because I know it's like, oh, okay. If this is solo, I was like, hey, what's up, Megaman After Dark tonight?
Yeah, right. Jeez,
Yeah.
man. So, man, where did we leave off, bro? I'm sorry, man.
We were talking about. I know you did the Matt TV, your acting and all, and after that, we're just going from there.
Oh, okay. Then I think we're talking about Chris presented a question or the Kickback podcast.
The radio station. Yeah, the radio station. Yeah.
Yeah, but go ahead.
No, the radio station. Yeah, like I was telling you earlier, I'll say it again. Radio, no one's listening to radio no more because it's all podcasts. Because there's people who work at overnights, night owls, anything in offices, and people just looking for content more than anything to listen to go through their day.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. No, I would love to do something like that. Are you kidding me, bro? Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I would love to get back into acting and doing all that too, man. That was a lot of fun. I love doing all that shit, man. Ever since I was a kid, man, I've always had a fascination with the arts, bro. Performing. I say it all the time on here. I say it all the time. I sound like a broken record, but so I'm just glad to be back in this world. This arena, man, because I'd rather say I at least I tried, than to say I wish I had, bro. So right now, I'm still, like I was telling you earlier, I'm still learning the podcast, the game, my format, and my interviewing and all that, man. And so yeah, man, that's kind of where we're at, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, so I mean, so far so good. Like you're doing a podcast. There's a lot of and I want to talk about this too because people think that podcast is easy. It's not easy, and I kind of notice is like, well, I don't really look at it anymore. But I get a lot of DMs telling me like, "Hey, Megaman, did you look at your rate and review?" And says, "What are you talking about?" It says like, "I don't look at that. I don't look at it that much." Is why a lot of your shit's like 5 stars, 3 stars, 1 star. It's like, is that supposed to hurt me if someone leaves me a star? Because I'll tell you a story, and I had to block this person. He says, Megaman, you're a cool person. This guy was all cool. And he said, hey, I left you a comment. And I told him, why'd you change it to a 1 star? It's like, oh, I don't like how your format is going because you're changing. I like the drama. I like the cheeseman. You're kind of maturing. You're not how I think everyone back in the day wanted my podcast to be like George Perez, but you have to mature and you have to be original and you have to be you have to move on. So this person, he says, hey, Megaman, I'm gonna leave it at 1 star, but if you give me $20, I'll put it back to 5 stars on your rate and review.
Really? Wow. Yeah, that's again, Megaman, whatever, man. But,
the trolls are the trolls, I'm like that train. I'm that locomotive. I don't stop for anyone. If I see a hater and troll on that train tracks, I'm gonna run right over them. Fuck them.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. It's and you're at a point now where man, you got, like you said, you got the Megaman army, bro. You got the oh man,
you got the Megaman army, and there's a lot of podcasters, a lot of Latino podcasters, and I won't mention some, but I don't really support them like I used to anymore because I think I don't fit in because this is my opinion. This is my talking because I don't fit in with some of theirs because I don't speak Spanish or I wasn't born in Mexico. I'm not undocumented. I'm not this or like that. So there's things that I don't relate to. I'm sorry. And this is the thing where a lot of us, some podcasters don't make the time and effort to get to know each other. You got to build a bond. And this is what I'm trying to do. When I get you on my podcast, Andy, I'm building a bond with you. I'm building a relationship with you. I'm gonna back you up as you back me up. I do your podcast, you do mine, and I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there for you no matter what, from the good times and the bad times. A lot of these podcasters, they need to start learning, learning about communication and trying to be there as a family. I see what's behind the curtain. And, sometimes in a way you get kind of stuck in the pond with a lot of podcasters, but I'm more diverse and I need to move on because I have to worry about other ones, you know.
Yeah.
And I get it that a lot of people, you know, like they support me because they're like, which Latino podcast? They always put me in the category. But at the same time, it's like you listen to the Mega Man's podcast, even though it's like Latino, say, yeah, but I don't speak Spanish, but that's okay. We're gonna support you all the way, you know. That's the way it has to be. But for some,
Yeah.
it's a different story, and you know,
Yeah.
it really hurts my heart.
No, I hear you. I hear you, Mega Man. It's it's a community for sure, man. It's a growing community, man. I mean, there's literally, over 1 million podcasts now in the United States on file, and I was doing I have a good friend who's in the game. He's he does he has his own show, Carmen's Calls. I don't know if you're familiar with Raul Rico Colindres. He goes by Rico. He's got affiliates for that show out in several markets throughout the country. And he was telling me about a lot of out of those 1 million podcasts, 60% of them, I want to say, he told me, are dark, meaning they're just a couple guys decided to hey, let's do a podcast, let's do this. And they did 2 or 3 episodes, and that was the extent of it, but it still counts as part of that number, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you break it down, it's a lot less. You're dealing with a smaller number of out of those 1 million, because again, a lot of those podcasts are dormant,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I listened to over close to 200 or 300 podcasts, but there are some I just have to part ways. Like I'll be there to support them, but I'm not gonna tag their stuff. And there's some podcasts out there. They need to really watch what they say because some of them are very hypocritical, and they don't like how I am because I'll call them out and say, "Yo, why did you say this?" And you, back then in a couple episodes you said that, so why did you change your mind? And like you're promoting all this shit. And so this is one of the things where they're just, I can't be like that. I can't be fake. I can't put my mask on and be fake with you. This is what you see is what you get. And
that's not
one
you.
of that's not me. So I want to listen to real podcasts, real people, and with real life stories and all. And that's one of the reasons why, like, I have to separate from the pack, and I'm gonna keep on doing. I have, you heard what my goal is. By 2024, 2025, I'm gonna get on the Joe Rogan's podcast, and I still get. I know it's a hard thing when a lot of people tell me like, "Oh, you're never gonna do it." Hey, this is one of the reasons why I fucking grind.
Do it, bro. Bro. No, you're doing your thing, Mega Man. I absolutely, man. There's no doubt, bro. Yeah, I think that's a great goal, man. It's attainable, and you're not just talking. You're not. I mean, shit. To get to where you're at right now, let's call it. Let's be straight up, man. You have to grind, man. You have to grind. People don't get that. You have to It doesn't just happen overnight. People don't understand. They don't understand if they never done it because they never done it.
Yeah, there was a podcaster, and he stopped because it's too much, but. He got cocky. I'm not going to mention it, but he doesn't do the podcast anymore. I won't put him on blast because, some people get butthurt like they always do. And he was at episode 3 saying, he told me, Mega Man, I can do a better podcast than you. And I looked at how many episodes he has. He has like 3 or 4. And I said to him, motherfucker, you're putting 1 episode every 2 weeks. I'm putting out 30 fucking episodes in 1 fucking month. Jeez. Step your game up, dude. I'm not to be cocky, but this is the dedication and the hard work I tell people. When you think this is the grind, I'm over here traveling. I mean, my lady can tell you. She speaks. It's like, dude, there was a time me and my lady we broke up because I did too much podcasts, and now that we have a balance, she has to support. Like, hey, I told her straight up, if you don't support my podcast, there's no us because I am not quitting my podcast for anyone. So I'm going to keep on grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding until I get on the Joe Rogan's podcast, and people are going to tell me, what's after Joe Rogan? Joey Coco Diaz, you got Mark Maron. There's millions of podcasts. I'm leaving it. The reason why, because I'm leaving a legacy for all of you, of all of the podcasters, all of the fans, my kids, and everyone else. When I'm not here on Earth, I want people to know, like, man, Megaman, He wasn't he wasn't talking about it. He was being about it, and he was a good person. He was a good man.
Absolutely, brother. 100%, 100%, brother. But hey, let's go to the comments section here, Mega Man. Alonzo Zaldivar, he has a question for you. Hey, Mega Man, as a host of a podcast, what are some rules of thumb when having a guest? Example: talk 10% of the time, shy away from certain topics, etc. What do you think, Mega Man?
Well, first things first. There's no over talking, and you gotta pick the right guest. You know, no over talking. And how is that person? Is he a good talker or not? Because with me, I don't care if this person has 100 Ks or a million followers, but can he fucking talk? That's the thing. But because if he doesn't talk, it's like pulling fucking teeth out, and like it's just something you always got to observe. You always got to listen. Always do your homework. Do your research. And what Chris said, if you're gonna have a guest on, have a guest on that and you follow and you listen and you know who he's all about. Don't get some guest off the street that you don't even know about, because that's gonna be a short episode. Like I hear things. I hear what other podcasters. I take notes. If it's for us to make us better in the podcast game, and so be it, because I'm still learning as because I know with Chris, he worked in a radio station, he knows all that, and everything.
Yeah.
No one taught me anything. I had to teach myself, so
Same.
I'm learning something here. Like for you, I'm learning something today with you, and like with this whole YouTube, with the StreamYards, I'm looking at little stuff here and there that's gonna help my podcast grows. But also I'm always gonna give credit to people like, hey man, shouts to Andy. If it wasn't for Andy, I wouldn't be here. But he showed me little things, and I always want to show people love.
100, yeah, absolutely, Mega Man. I couldn't have said it better. But yeah, it's interesting. You go through life in general too, right? I mean, I've always been one to anyone I come in contact with, interact with. I want to take something away from that person. I want to learn something from that person.
Oh yeah,
and that's but yeah, and especially in the podcast, that's a great point, man. Podcasting, you made a point. Yeah, you're learning something here tonight, and man, and this experience for me is, oh man, I'm taking a lot away, man. I'm like a sponge right now. I'm like a sponge.
Yeah.
I'm dripping over here. You can't see it.
Yeah, no, but that's just how it is. You want to do talking, but you want to make the podcast fun. Like, hey, I remember when Joey Cocadillas, when I met him, I took a picture. I don't know if you saw, but on that picture, Joey Cocadillas gave me advice, like, Mega Man, when you're doing the podcast, keep on doing you. And he said, put your episode out every Sunday. That's where all the numbers are going to grow. And he says, Mega Man, always have fun. If you're not having fun, get the fuck out.
That's a great point, man. That's a great point, Mega Man. Yeah. And that's again, for anything. Yeah. If you're not having, you got to do it with your heart, man. If you're not passionate about it, then go do something else. Right.
Oh yeah. And one more thing too,
before
the next topic. There's some podcasters out there that complain about, my numbers are low. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do. Like, dude, stop fucking complaining. It's not gonna be get to you like in a platter. You got to get out there and you got to build your podcast. But some of them are so sucked in the pond. They want all the guests to come to them. But sometimes if you're complaining and you have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, just maybe if it's not fun for you, just don't even do it no more.
Yeah. No, that's a great point, bro. That's a great point. And going back to Alonzo's question, man, I think, you want to get guests that you're really interested in, like even if it was just if you were in real life or a person off the street, or what kind of interests do you have in people? So I want to, especially with this, I get a lot of podcasters here, Mega Man, but I want to there's people I want to get who make guitars, people who they juggle penguins in the Antarctic, with ski masks on, those types of people, right? People who are unique. People are doing good, inspirational shit, man. Do you remember that show, That's Incredible, Mega Man?
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago.
Early 80s, right?
Yeah, that's incredible. That's the one. The first one I saw, it was a black guy and an Asian guy. And what was the thing you played, like
Rubik's Cube?
Yes, I always wanted to do, like, And they said, who's the fastest? And I think it was like 2 or 3 seconds or something. That was like the fastest of all time.
Oh yeah, bro. It's funny. I was gonna mention that one episode. You beat me to it. Yeah, they like it was like you said, it was 10 seconds or something. And then they'd have cool people like doing crazy stunts, flamethrowers. I was talking to Chris last week about it, man. But anyways, that's like the concept that just doing people are doing crazy cool shit, man. And I had a shout out to MW Daniels out of London. London, England. He was on here a few weeks back. He's a filmmaker. Yeah, filmmaker, composer. Renegade the Rapper has been on here. Shout out to all of them, man. Inspiration, just outstanding people, Megaman. And like I said, man, I created this podcast, man, because I want to inspire, and I want to be inspired, and that's part of me, I want to be inspired. I love people who are motivational. Because that pushes me too, man. At the same time, it's a win-win all the way around. People are enjoying themselves right now. We're enjoying this, this podcast. I'm learning. You're learning. I hope. And but no, that's anyway. So that's incredible. That's kind of what I wanted to do.
And also like I like to inspire people. When I give people advice how to do a podcast. There's a couple of podcasters who started a podcast because of me. Parents of Unknown podcast. Ernesto Flashback with the Homies. He started a podcast. He's like, dude, you inspired me to do a podcast, and now he's doing it. And whatever I can do, because when I'm not here on Earth, at least I give you all the tools or info you need, because a lot of these major podcasters back in the early stages, they didn't give me the advice because they didn't want to share their secrets. But now for me, I want to tell them, look, I want to be straight up honest with you. If you're going to if you're going to get into the podcast game, I want you to think about it for a month. And people are like, why a month? Because you're putting your life out there. Be ready. Be ready for the criticism. Be ready for the trolls. Be ready for the people who are going to love you and hate you. How are you going to put up with people who are going to leave you bad reviews or good reviews? You're putting your life out there, and there's some podcasters who didn't make it because it's too much for them, because they don't know how to take a criticism, or they don't know how to take a bad comment and say, you know what, you just killed my whole fucking year. I'm done doing podcasts, because they're not mentally prepared. You got to have super thick skin if you're going to get into the podcast game. I'm just keeping it. I'm just being honest,
No, that's it right there, Megaman. You're right, man. And I just told myself, man, I'm gonna just keep doing, keep going. A year and a half ago, I was just, I was having fun. I was having fun with it, man.
Yeah.
I was having so much fun with it, and then bringing on people. I started 90s Galore, Megaman. I know you've seen the Instagram page there. Yeah, and that was my original podcast. I'd bring people on. We talk about anything related to 90s music, movies, pop culture, whatever.
Let's get into it. Whatever movies you want to talk about, music, movies. Hey, I'm an 80s, 90s baby, so you know how it is,
Well, I figured I'd start things off a little light, so, didn't want to get too personal on that type of stuff. So let's ask you, do you eat ass? No.
I ain't asked. Hey, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to be honest, because my lady's here. I'm going to ask you, because I know my lady gives me shit. You better not be saying fucking nasty Susio shit. I was like, no.
I don't want to get you in trouble.
No. Oh, I don't give a fuck, dude. I know we're still going to fuck tomorrow anyway. I don't give a fuck, I know. No. There was times I'm an open book, but have I ate ass? Yeah, but ate ass. I'm gonna tell you. I was at the time I was with some Asian girl, and I was eating her ass, and she fucking farted in my face. It was disgusting. There's even a time I was licking some girl's coochie and shit. Didn't know that she went to the bathroom. Then she's like, "Hey, come lick my pussy." When this was the lights off, so I was licking her pussy. I was like, "What the fuck's on my mouth?" I didn't know that she took a shit, and she had toilet paper stuck in her fucking coochie with her fucking shit on it, dude.
No! Oh my gosh, man! No.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
Was that in NorCal or down here, bro?
That was in NorCal, dude. that was back in the day when Megaman was into that whole Asian girls thing. Because back in the day, remember back when they had Import Turner, the Fast and the Furious was all big with all and those. Yeah, I was dating at the time some Asian model girl, and it kind of backfired.
Oh my goodness, no way, bro.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
there's a lot of stories. There's a lot of stories I have. Like I said, you want to be an open book. I can tell you anything you want to know, man.
yeah, no, man. Jeez, man. Hey,
I know.
speaking of, have you ever been on? Well, I was going to ask you, have you ever been on a date? No, I know you've been on a date. Any embarrassing moments that come to mind? Going on a date, Mega Man?
Man, going on a date. I'll tell you one. When at the time I was on this online thing called was it called Plenty of Fish, and I went on a date with someone who I thought who was single, which she was pretty and all cool. And we went on a date and didn't know that this girl was married, and we were having a dinner and everything, and some guy came up and she froze. She got up and took off, and I was like, "Who are you?" "Oh, I'm her husband."
Oh,
and the husband was a cop for the Long Beach Police Department.
What?
And yeah, so she
What's
was.
His name? Just kidding.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
But I don't know. But she was cheating on her husband for a very long time, and she got caught because I think she accidentally left her phone with her POF logged on still. And because it said like, "Hey, we're gonna meet up." And I told her,
right,
"Hey, we're gonna meet up over here." So we found out at this time, and yeah. But I thought I was are you gonna beat me up or anything? Because this is the first time meeting her, and he said like, "No, I had a feeling, my wife's a fucking slut."
Damn.
Yeah.
I've never been in that predicament, bro.
Yeah.
I've never been there.
There was one also. I was dating someone from Santa Fe Springs. She looked pretty in the pictures, but I always say this: send me a picture with no Snapchat take your filters off. I want to see the real shit. And I didn't know at the time. She looked hot as fuck and everything. But when I saw her, when he met up at a stash bar in 4th Street, I looked at her and was like, fuck. And she had braces on and she had Gaka breath. Oh my God.
Oh gosh.
But I couldn't say no because she was paying for everything. She was paying for my drinks, the food. She was balling. And we had to get a hotel. I was staying at the time. She was like, "Yeah, look, come on over." I had to take one for the team, man. She was paying for everything. And after that, she took me home and she's like, "Here's this." He's like, "Here's this. Here's $100 for showing me a good time." It's almost like, am I a fucking hooker? Am I a man hooker that you give me $100?
What the
fuck is it? Oh my God, there were so many, and there's many stories, but it really depends.
You just reminded me, man. Have you ever been at a party, right? And you're feeling good, man. You're buzzing. You got a good buzz going, man. This was a while back for me when I was single. Let me clarify that. Back in the day, partying and you're meeting up with a girl, you're talking, you're dancing, and, you're vibing, and you kind of don't really remember what she looks like, right? And you get her number and stuff, and then you call her, you set up a date, and then she walks in through the door, you meet up with her, and you're like, oh, fuck. You're not attracted at all to her. Have you ever had?
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. I'll tell you a story. I got a lot of stories. Yeah. I met, this was like years ago. There's a bar over here in Long Beach called Alex's Bar. And I was all fucking drunk like a better. And I was drunk and horny, and this girl, she gave me her number, and I didn't even know her name or whatsoever. But she was telling me, "Hey, I was watching you from afar and shit like that." And I was drunk, and it's like, "Well, how come you didn't come over here and fucking grab my fucking dick?" If you fucking did and start making out, then all I know is like, what the fuck happened? Then I guess I got passed out, and she kept on calling me like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "Oh, whatever." And I was like, "Who's this?" But I know the number, but I was like, "Who the fuck?" He's like, "Send me a picture." And I knew who the girl was, but I was too drunk. But when I saw her, it's like, oh. I was making out with a big girl, dude, like a big girl. I was like, it was like 3 girls into one girl. I was like, I don't make it, man. I didn't know you like some fucking like some big girls.
Oh man, yeah, good stuff, bro. Good stuff, man. Yeah, I've been there, done that, bro.
It's not
What,
pretty. It's
what was
not
this place
pretty.
there, man? That you just-
It's in Alex Bar in Long Beach, that's where they filmed True Blood.
oh man, I'm fucking going. That's what, I'm just kidding. She came up to you. Oh,
Yeah, man, that was like making out, and people were looking at me like, well, me, back then, the internet wasn't how it is with Instagram. It was if that shit was going on, it would have been viral. Look at Megaman over here, like, fuck that, fuck
oh
that.
man. The people here, our guests, our viewers are loving this, man. They're loving. They're busting up here. Here's a question for you from Miss Cass. You ready, Mega Man?
Yeah. Where's the weirdest place you guys have had sex? Weirdest place, like weirdest place I ever had sex. Like the weirdest place I have to say.
For me, is the trunk of a car. No, I'm kidding. Nah, I don't. Go ahead.
Okay, babe. I know you've seen this and shit. So this is like years ago. But I had sex at my uncle's church. When people are pastoring, preaching. But I had sex right there on the floor inside of a church.
Holy shit, man!
I'm going to hell.
Fucking lightning's about to strike and shit.
No. That one, and having sex on the beach where people were standing by because. Back in the day, I used to have sex in public. Hey, you gotta get your heart, you gotta get your fuck on, dude. I didn't even tell you a story. Did I tell you what happened? Oh man, I'm gonna tell you. Since we're gonna get into this, we're making a little interesting.
Go ahead. I'm all ears, Mega Man.
Back in the day when Megaman was super single in my 20s or early 30s, late 20s.
Super single, I love it.
Super single. Megaman was a fucking Susio. I know my
not
girls
just single, super single.
Super Susio. And I used to go on these. I used to go on Craigslist a lot. You hook up with girls or whatever, and I would put a post up. Hey, I'm looking to hook up, whatever. But I don't do this no more because Mega Man's a retired hoe now. So, a lot of couples would say, hey, you want to come over here and fuck my wife, blah blah blah, whatever. And this is when I used to go. I used to be creeped out, like, hey, I don't know. This is like a rich people, and a lot of these couples lived in Whittier, West Covina, Yorba Linda, Rancho Cucamonga, because these were all swingers. So the guy would be like, hey, what do you want to do? Do you want to just fuck my wife? Do you want me to join? Do you want me to when you're fucking my wife? Do you want me to rub your balls or something? Like, get the fuck out with that shit, dude. You doing no. You don't be doing that shit.
He's offering his services, man.
Y'all be services, but sometimes in a way, like, hey, would it be okay if you fuck my wife and I videotape you and shit like that? Like, just like a lot of shit like that, like swinger shit. Like, I remember one time, this guy, he was like, hey, I'm in business right now. I like how you are. You're a good-looking guy for my wife. Hey, I'm over here on business in another state. I told my wife that you're coming, and she knows. And I guess in a way, this has happened at Whittier, this Mexican wife. I went to her house, and I go upstairs in the room. She's fucking laying down butt naked, have her blindfolds on, and she's saying, I'm ready to get fucked.
Holy shit. So did you?
Of course. Yeah, of course I fucked her and shit, dude. And I would be like using protection, but a lot of the times, like the guys will be like, hey, don't use a condom, just like bust a fat load in her, dude. Like crazy shit like that. Crazy shit. Or I went to orgy parties, I had threesomes, I did, went to fucking gangbangs, like all that shit.
Oh man, there's this, I don't know if you're familiar, Mega Man. There's this pretty popular one out in San Bernardino. I don't know if you're familiar, but I'm just throwing it out there. There's a swingers club out there, and it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And apparently, there's like this, and it's fucking elaborate fucking club. Like you walk in there, it's kind of bizarre because it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. But when you walk in, it's like all this decked out, nice little venue, man, and people are. it's for a bunch of it's a swingers club or something like that, and I don't know if it's still there even. This was
I've been to a swingers party or a club like maybe 2 times in my life. Just as a single guy, just being curious because I was a fucking info, and when you yeah, man, but it gets kind of weird, man. It's like they're just very picky, but I don't know. It just I don't know, but I don't do that stuff no more. I had my fair shares of fun, but it's just sometimes in a way I'm very picky who I date now, but I don't do that stuff because at the time I was looking for love. I was like just wanting to get this shit out of me. But yeah, the swinger clubs, they're something else, and it's fuck, dude. There was a lot of fucking Mandingo dicks, man. Fucking two buku right here, dude.
Oh, freaking Megaman. I love it, bro. I love it, man. But I'm gonna kind of shift gears real quick, man. What high school did you go to? You're up north.
So I went to Bayer High School. Then I went to First Apostolic Christian Academy, but the school closed down. But yeah, I played a lot of sports. I was pretty good. I played 4 years of varsity basketball.
Really?
I used to score I used to average about 31, about 33 points a game. And I had a scholarship to go to Gordon's College all the way in Boston, but I didn't want to go because it was too far, and plus I wanted to be at the time with my lady at the time, so I screwed all that shit up. Went to college. I met us to junior college. Things didn't work out, and I was trying to get back to playing basketball, trying to see, and I fucked up my ankle. I broke my ankle in 2 different places, and now I have 3 screws. So yeah, that ended my career on that. And but yeah, I used to be very athletic. I used to love playing basketball every day. I was really good, Andy, really good playing street ball. Pan Am. I did all that stuff, and I was I was only 5'8", 5'9", and I was hanging with the big boys. I was really good, and with my ankle, I wasn't when I fixed my ankle, it wasn't the same. I couldn't do it, and it just for some kind of reason I just got burned out. Playing basketball.
Yeah. Well, yeah, an injury like that, shit, man. It's gonna, it's gonna take its toll. Yeah, it sucks, man. But so you were fighting. Did you play guard? Were you a guard?
Yeah, I was playing guard, but the tallest guy on our team was 6'2", so we were playing against guys who are 7 foot and all that.
Oh shit!
We had a good team, and there was time we were 25-1, and the next year it went downhill. But I was still, like I said, I had my fun times, and everything. So. Those are the good times when I was living up in Northern California, but now it's I see my kids. I got to get my kids more active in sports instead of them being on their fucking iPad.
Oh fuck! I know. Tell me about it, man. That's why. Yeah, and then over here, where I don't know if down in Long Beach, were the playgrounds closed for a while. I mean, the parks.
Yeah.
As far as at least the playgrounds, you couldn't go on. They had them taped off and shit. And
I think they took them out, but I think you could go. But I started. I bought some. Well, I just bought some basketball shoes and some shorts and everything because, that's why I'm telling people don't give me no more beers because I want to start I want to start working out and start playing basketball so I get back but I want to start doing a lot of walking and everything because rehabbing my knee for years, man. I can't run like I used to anymore.
No, I hear you, bro. No, shit, I do low impact stuff too, bro. No jogging for me. No, I can't. Just walk, swimming, bike ride, hiking. All that stuff is good, man.
It's hard. It's hard because when you get a lot of free beers I love food. There's one thing I love food, and and every time I pick up my lady, she's like, "Are you hungry?" It's like, "Yeah, where you want to go eat at?" And me working overnight, it's hard because you're not digesting your food. You're not even sleeping right and everything. So you're just gaining weight more. But I gotta find a regimen. Like I said, I gotta bring sexy back.
No, I hear you, bro. I hear you, man. No, I know it's tough, bro. And then the older we get, the the more difficult it gets, right?
Oh yeah, it gets difficult. I just turned 40, so I just want to do whatever I can. I don't want to let myself go like what my dad did. It's like fuck, dude. It's like you're so fucking big, man. I wonder if I wonder if your dick fucking shrunk.
Have you asked him that?
No, I don't ask him, but yeah, no, I get fucking worried, man. But like I said, when you have craft beer, man, it's so delicious. It's like a fucking drug. It's like, my girl's gonna kill me. What would you rather have, pussy, or would you have fucking beers? Well, I have fucking 4 kids. Well, of course I'm gonna love fucking beers because I can't get the fucking beers pregnant.
That's a good point, bro.
I'm telling you, man. I don't know, man, because like my lady's mom, she's like, oh, I want you to have another one. It's like, bro, I have 4, okay? We can't even control our fucking 1-year-old. He's a dude. My son's a monster. Fuck. I'm having a beer and he wants to grab it. I'm telling you, he's the real version of the Curious George.
Yeah, bro. No, I'm laughing, but I was telling you, my daughter's almost 2, man, and she's the young of the baby, man. She's the craziest one, bro. The craziest one, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm right there with you. I feel you, man. You have a 1-year-old?
I have a 21-year-old. I have a 12-year-old. She's gonna turn 5 this year, and I have one that's gonna turn 1 this month.
Oh wow, bro! So yeah, I'm in a similar boat, bro. I have my son who's 18, and then 12 and 4, and then the baby will be 2 in a couple of weeks here.
Damn.
So, I'm 40, and I'll be 44 soon, man. So
I'm done. I just can't. With all the stuff that's going on in the world, like I don't want to bring a baby to this world right now. This is not the time.
No, bro, no way. I'm done. No, I'm done, bro. No, but so Megaman, back to eating ass. No.
Well, we eating ass, but no. Like, dude, I would never eat ass ever again. People say, oh, I eat ass. You eat ass? Fuck that, dude. That's fucking nasty. And also people saying like, oh, do you fuck girls' anal? Fuck that, dude. You get hepatitis B for that shit.
Oh shit,
fuck
man.
That. Hell no. Right. Oh, it's fucking tight. Fuck that. I want my fucking dick turned out fucking like caca on my dick. Fuck that.
No.
Back in the day, I was dating this Mexican girl. She wanted to fuck in her ass. This girl fucking stunk up my fucking place for fucking 3 days. My son came in like, whoa, who fucking farted in here for 3 days? I had to throw away one of my futons. I had to fucking air out the windows. Jesus. I had to put like air freshener, scents, like all that shit. Dude, what the fuck she ate, man? Fucking curry, some Indian curry? I don't know what the fuck. That shit stank, dude.
Oh my gosh. She was a Latina girl?
Yeah, man. It's like it just left like everything. It was nasty, dude. It's like fuck all that shit. I never fuck girls in the ass no more. Fuck that. I don't give a care how shit that shit's fucking tight or doesn't stink or whatever. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck, dude. Fuck all that shit.
Oh shit, Megaman. That's a huge turnoff, right? I mean, shit.
Huge turnoff, man. No pun intended. It's like I can't do all that stuff, man. It's like I'm very picky. I'm very picky, like how I have sex with my lady, or back in the day. But it is what it is. You learn from your mistakes, and But I'm telling you, if girls get crazy about you eat my ass, you can eat your own ass. Fuck that. You want me to eat your ass at the same time and fucking make out with you? Fuck that.
Oh shit. Yeah, no thanks, bro. No thanks, man. Hey, yeah, man. So we were talking the other day about those old shows, bro. The like Culture Clash. Oh man, those are good shows. Latino comedy, sketch comedy shows. And they started off as a performance troupe, right? Rick Salinas and what's his name? Richard Montoya and Herbert, I think.
Herbert, yeah.
Sequenza or something. Yeah, those are good shows, bro. I remember that it ran for like 2 or 3 years. I want to say. I don't know, Megaman. Was it even that? Was it that long? Because I
think it was about 2 or 3 years because I used to watch it on Channel 11 and also House of Buggin' with Luis Guzman and Jake Lozamo, David Herman. those because back then the Latino comedy scene was on fucking fire. Everyone was just coming out like it was.
Yeah.
It was shit. And don't forget about Get Locos.
Oh, que locos. Yeah, no, dude, great point, man. There's another one. Local Comedy Slam. Local Comedy Slam. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, with Joey Medina. I think
Joey Medina. Yeah,
yeah,
I think it was him.
I saw him a couple times. I remember back
I saw
then he wanted to do the Megaman's podcast, but I haven't talked to him since. He's been so busy doing his I think his movie or something. I don't know what he's always but yeah, he's a funny dude. He has stories for days. I didn't even know he was a boxer.
No shit. Yeah. Yeah, I saw him, Joey Medina. I saw him at the, man, I think it was the LA Improv. Oh, man, probably 10, 11 years ago. And with Fluffy was on there, man. No, Fluffy showed up. He didn't perform. He was just there. But, yeah, I remember those guys, bro, Joey Medina and Jeff Garcia, that whole circuit, bro.
Jeff Garcia is just, what's up, Doc? What the fuck, Doc?
Oh, he's hilarious, bro.
Hey, I didn't know back in the day Jeff Garcia was a cocky motherfucker. He would wear this trench coat, black jacket back then they called the birthday bad boys.
No shit. No,
yeah,
I didn't know
man.
that.
Hey, because the reason why I know all these stories because when you hear Felipe Esparza for the What's Up Food, he talks about all these stories of all these Latino comedians and Martin Moreno and Joey Coco Diaz and George Perez. So this is one of the reasons why I always hear about these stories, and I was like, because it's good to hear stories like Willie Barcena stories. Like that guy was a savage, man.
Did you say Willie Barcena? Oh, I love that guy, bro. He's fucking funny, bro.
Yeah,
I've seen him once.
He's cool, but dude, he knocked out a fucking he knocked out a comedian in Texas. He was driving back and he came back and
no shit.
Yeah, I forgot the name. I forgot the comedian's name, but he blocked me because I roasted him. It's like, hey, so what happened? I heard you didn't fight back, and he like, oh, Megaman. And Willie Barcena's like the reason why he socked him because I guess in a way he was using his. I think he thought he was like copying his jokes. He was plagiarizing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't be doing that
stuff.
He called him out and tried to sock him, and that comedian pressed charges on him.
Wow, I didn't hear. How long ago was this?
I think it was like last year or 2 years ago. But yeah, I'll find out who. But the comedian, but no, it was comedian Nick Guerra. No shit. Yeah. He just didn't fight back. He's not one of those to fight back. And Willie Barcena, he punched him, and the guy pressed charges and didn't know. I think he didn't know he had a warrant, and so I think he had to turn himself in. But whatever and stuff like that. But like there's a lot of crazy stories because I hear it and people can't say, "Oh, Megaman, why'd you say that for?" Well, I heard it on the What's Up Food podcast.
Oh yeah, that's a great one too, man.
Yeah. Hey, I was gonna ask you, do you watch Vlad TV?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Look at that episode with MC Search from Third Base.
Okay.
He talked about the story that the MC Hammer put a hit on him for $50,000.
Oh my gosh, bro! Yeah, you were talking about that last night on your live, right?
I'm tripping out because they say the most hardest fucking gangster was MC Hammer.
Dude, I've heard stories, man. I've heard the same thing.
Yeah, if he talked about his mama, he's gonna put a fucking hit on you.
No, real shit. Yeah, he was like connected and shit. I heard, man. Real shit. Shout out to MC Hammer because what's cool, I'm on Twitter too, and sometimes he'll hit me. I'm on 90s Galore, and then a couple times I just hit him up. Say, hey, he tweeted something, and then I responded to it. I forgot what it was. I think he was in LA, and I asked him, "Oh, was that Santa Monica, Hammer?" I just asked him, and he since then. He's been, he responded to a few of my tweets, so that was kind of cool, MC Hammer. But, anyways, yeah, bro, that was a trip, man. Yeah, because I heard the same shit, bro. I heard the same thing about that guy.
Well, because he had a humongous entourage. He had Oakland all over, but also he had the Crips, working, just in case. So a lot of shit, you just like Too Short, try to go at him, he got shot down. Redman, talk about his mama and the whole story. was it the last episode of the Yo MTV Raps back in MTV back in the day? And and MC Hammer told Redman, "Hey Redman, I know you're a young cat, but did you ever talk about my mama and shit?" Like, yes, sir, make him like MC Hammer, and that had the whole thing with the MC Search from third base. Like fucking is crazy, because he could have put a hit on him talking all that shit, talking about this cactus turn your mother out, and had the hammer, so he was making fun of him. So MC Hammer's brother called Def Jam, Russell Simmons and whoever, says, "Hey, is Dirt Bass going to be over here in LA?" I said, "Yeah, why? They're fucking dead." So he goes over there and he want to make sure, like, hey, we about to get security, but he want to make sure. I heard there's a hit on you, so-and-so. It's like, no, he's probably making it up. He called some well-known people. I think it was not. I think it was Eric B. Eric B. and Rock Kemp.
Oh yeah, bro.
Okay, well he called Eric B. He's like, yeah, this is true. This is a hit. Wow. And we had to get security people, not knowing that security was a former Crip, and he went to LA, and he's like, hey, I'm gonna go shopping in Beverly Hills. You're okay? So yeah, and I don't know what other places, but he noticed that he was signing autographs and seeing all these Crips put their bandanas on and they're about to shoot around him. They're about to blast him. And the bodyguard, who was a former Crip, he threw up some gang signs, like was saying, call it off, And when they did, the Crips went up to the MC Search and said, hey, we were going to fucking kill you. But your boy right there just saved your life. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, he didn't know. But it's like, hey, Drew, I just want to tell you I was your biggest fan and everything and all that. It's like, yeah, man, we were this close to fucking blasting you. But your boy saved your life. Say, hey, don't do it because of Hammer. And he said, hey, can you sign my autograph? He said, yeah. So MC Search did another. MC Hammer had his whole, whatever. And I guess MC Hammer was telling his people, how come this motherfucker's not even dead? I send out a hit. And this motherfucker's dead. He should be dead already, but that's MC Hammer. But MC Hammer denies it. But it's true.
Dude, that's nuts, bro. That's nuts, man. That's MC Search, man. I remember third base, bro, and there Pop goes the weasel in, the weasel go.
Oh wow. Papa goes. Hey, I wanted to be the. Hey, you know what? I wanted to be that guy with the fucking cane.
Oh, what was his name? Gosh, dang it! I don't. Anybody out there watching? If you remember his name, type it in the comments. The guy from third is MC Search, and the other guy from third base. It was. Gosh darn it! I should look it up here, but yeah, man. Yeah. No, that's serious shit. Yeah.
There's some. Yeah, and that's why I like listening to Vlad TV. And. Let's talk about what I just told you. The interview with Lord Jamal.
Lord Jamal.
He was from the group Brand Nubian with Graham Kuba, Sada X, and someone else. I think someone else.
It's three of them, right, or four?
Three or four. One of those two.
Brand Nubian, Lord Jamar. Sadat X.
Yeah, he was dropping some fucking knowledge. It's like, well, I don't support Black Lives Matter. I was like, well, why? Well, the one who controls that is George Soraro, like the billionaire, and all that. And he put the three women who are more like their puppets, and it's not our cause. And they funded that, but where's all the money going to? Because it's transferring to the Democrats, whatever, to try to get Trump out of office.
Right.
Some crazy shit.
He was breaking down some stuff here, about that whole situation, man. And I think he was saying, he doesn't support Black Lives Matter, and and it's being funded by, like you said, Soros. And interesting interview, man. Interesting interview.
The reason why he was talking about how the Black Panthers. They didn't have anyone controlling it. Everyone was being unity, but I guess in a way he wants to control it. Like I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be like,
right.
Hey, put the picture, put your hands up, or this, whatever. Those are their people doing those kind of slogans, not the black people promoting that. It's the other people. But in a way, it's like if I talk about this, people would be like, "Oh, Megaman, you're lying. You're not." No, it's the honest truth. You have to do your homework.
Yes, you got to research. You got to exactly, bro. Plain and simple, right? You got to do your homework, man. I mean,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
you know, but yeah, and then that other term, Mega Man. You made me think the other day, man. We were talking. You were mentioning social engineering. That term, right? And that's a interesting term, and there's two forms of social engineering. I was looking it up, right? There's like the when someone tries to catfish you, people send those emails to kind of, scam you. Hey, you just won a trip to Hawaii, but let's give us your account numbers, blah blah blah. All that's considered social engineering. Then the other form of social engineering, right, is thank you, Diverse City. MC Serge, Pete Nice, and DJ Richie Rich comprised of third base. Thank you, Diverse City. He said a lot of controversies. He was mentioning the interview with DJ Vlad. The other form of social engineering, is where a government or an organization tries to influence a society to sway, to go a certain way. So yeah, you got right. So
Yeah.
I think that was maybe that's the form of social engineering we're talking about, right? Or I don't know. What were you thinking about that?
Because a lot of people want to focus. Let's be honest. A lot of people want to focus on Black Lives Matter and on the COVID and all that stuff. A lot of people are not knowing what's going on with Hillary Clinton or the child trafficking or this new law saying that for predators you can be regular. You're not gonna be. They're trying to pass a law for people who are what's that thing? You're not like a sex. What's that thing like? They put you on a list like a sex predator or something like
Oh,
that. Like
oh gosh,
it's in the, I forgot. But they're trying to pass a law saying it's okay for you to rape a person, rape a kid. It's okay now.
oh my gosh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah, pedophiles. But what's the name of that? Yeah, I know. I can't remember the term. You have to register as a sex offender, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm
Yeah.
trying to find that term and yeah, but I'll find it. But it's a new law is passing. It was like, what the fuck?
No, that's terrible, bro. That's terrible, man. But yeah, no, even with social engineering, Mega Man, depending on how you look at even COVID, man, a lot of conspiracy theorists are gonna say, that's a form of social engineering. I mean, we're wearing masks now. There's a lot we got, we got to wear, you got 6 feet. You got to stay away from people, social distancing. So, the way that's termed, diversity mentioned that even social media can be a form of social engineering. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, man, that's an interesting term, man. Social engineering, bro.
Okay, yeah, this is it right here.
Go ahead.
A new California law that was established in the Senate Bill 384 will alter sex offenders' registration requirements in January 2021, allowing some sex offenders to be removed from the registry. Sex crimes that require registration will fall. So that means they're going to remove them. That means they're going to keep on fucking people, and that not going to be considered as a sex offender anymore. So.
And what is that called? Is that a bill that you said or a law?
It's
Is it
just
already
like
a law?
it's like a bill. I think it's called 384. So
In California?
yeah, they're trying to not pass it, but it's been passing. So there's a lot of crazy stuff the government's trying to do with all these child traffickings and stuff that we don't know about. Which, I have to say, Trump is trying to weed out all those bad people, and they're giving them shit for that.
Oh my gosh! Bro.
And that's why I don't want to get. That's why I don't want to get. I know you don't want to get into politics, but this is one of the reasons why I've been doing so much research of a lot of stuff into the dark webs and everything, because there's a lot of things that like that movie. What's that movie called? Kill the Messenger. You ever watch that movie, Kill the Messenger?
No. I think you were talking about it last night. Go ahead. Yeah, refresh my memory though.
Kill the Messenger is it's on Netflix. The guy who plays Hawkeye from the Avengers. Kill the Messenger is a reporter from the San Jose Mercury who exposed what the CIA was doing in Nicaragua for the contraband to to send out funds and money and guns to the death squads because Nicaragua was turned into a communist country, and then because back in the 80s and the 90s with the Cold War, so the Senate didn't want to fund the CIA for helping out with the Central America and all that stuff. So they had to figure out a way how we're going to make money. We have all the drugs we have over here. Let's go sell it to Oakland. Let's go sell it to the LA in the Watson area where the Bloods and Crips are at, and we can make our money from there. So we exposed him, and he put the CIA on blast, and it was like, what the fuck's going on? Well, it ruined his career. But the weird thing about it is, they said that the reporter who exposed the CIA committed suicide, where he shot himself in the head 2 times.
2 times.
2 times.
Wow, man. And that's all that whole story is told in the movie.
Yeah, it's all in the movie, yeah. And they talk about who's that guy, the drug guy, the black guy, what's his name? Rick Ross.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he talks about it too, man, because he was the one trying to help the CIA. So Rick Ross and some other people were informants for the CIA.
Wow. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some crazy
I gotta
stuff.
check the movie out. Yeah, man.
Yeah, well, and when we did the live yesterday, we got into some conspiracy stuff because one of my boys who I had on, he's half Cuban and half Argentinian. And we got into this whole thing about Argentina was like a beautiful country, but a lot of people don't know about Argentina because they gave them a pass for the Germans to come live over here because of World War II, and they were saying that Hitler escaped Germany to go live in Argentina. And like all this stuff was going down, and when you have a lot of German influence, that's where a lot of dictatorships came into play, where the Germans were controlling the country, and they're the leaders or whoever they have were the puppets. Like what happened in Argentina, what happened in Paraguay, what happened in Chile. A lot of people were getting killed because of the Germans. Had a lot of influence.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, no, there's like, I mean, Nazi war criminals were fleeing, right, to Argentina back then, and so there's a lot of Germans to this day, like descendants of those people now in Argentina. But that's I know, bro. Crazy story, man.
And it's crazy because a lot of the Germans they had knives and they were cutting off their skin because they had the SS. And so the Israelis were sending hit squads over the world to kill these Germans SS and everything.
Unbelievable, bro. Let me go back to diverse city. He posted a nice comment here. The tough part is that if the sex with a minor was considered consensual, the person doesn't have to be registered as a sex offender if there is no more than 10-year age difference with a 14-year-old. Yeah, man, it's
it makes you think and wonder, man. It's like you have a daughter, right?
Yeah, no, I got 3.
See, it makes you think. It's scary times. Like that could happen to anything. Yeah,
right.
No,
times. I know, Megaman. I know, brother. Hey, yeah, man. But I wanted to kind of I did something with Chris last week, bro. Before kind of when we were kind of before we wrap things up. I did the word association, man. So like I'll present to you a word, and you just come up with the first thing that comes to mind, bro.
Okay.
You just say whatever the first thing that comes to mind. So let's start with love.
Compassion.
Okay. Basketball.
Basketball. My heart.
Awesome, man. Los Angeles Dodgers.
Boo.
Hey, diverse city's not gonna like that, bro. He's not gonna like.
He knows what's up. He knows.
Oh man, family.
Comes first.
Yeah. Work ethic.
Grinder.
That's awesome, bro. Podcasting.
Savage.
I like it, brother. Ass. No, okay.
No. No, 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 no. Hey, if I ever eat out a girl's ass or smell a pussy, I'm like that guy from Step Brothers where he tries that fancy sauce. He's like, I don't like it.
Oh shit! That's a great movie, by the way. Oh my gosh, man.
Hey, I don't. Are you like me where you watch a lot of movies and you're always like trying to find funny skits?
Oh yeah, of course, bro.
Class.
Especially one-liners and or good lines. You remember what the funniest movie to this day, Mega Man. The movie that's ever made me laugh the hardest. I mean, where I'm in the theater just busted laughing out loud. I mean, when I first saw Coming to America out in the movie theaters when it came out,
Oh,
the first time I ever
she's
saw it.
so queen to be.
Yeah,
Hey,
right.
yeah, I want you to bark like a dog and hop with one foot.
Yeah.
It's like, how much for this haircut? Oh, got it. Or what's that one? Sexual chocolate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Section. You must be out of your goddamn mind. Remember the barbers?
yeah, that boy's good. That boy's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I thought that. Remember he puts the drumstick in the basket. Oh, I thought that was a trash can.
Yeah,
Uh,
that movie was so hilarious and fresh, and that was the first time seeing Arsenio Hall.
oh yeah. Remember?
Yeah, remember
It's,
Arsenio Hall? We had his own show. Woo, woo, woo,
oh,
woo.
that show was the shit, bro. That was a great show. It used to come on, every night, right? 11 o'clock, Channel
Yeah,
13.
Channel 13. I remember the reason why I used to watch Arsenio Hall is because back in the day there were some gay activists try to kill his show, and he stuck up and he's like, "This is my show. You don't do that. You can do that, whatever." And he was serious about it because that's when a lot of stuff was changing in the world with the gays, with all the AIDS, what was going on
Yeah.
back in the 80s and 90s and stuff. But
Yep.
Arsenio Hall has some good people, and I remember. I think it was kind of fucked up, but he regrets it to this day. But he talks about it on Flat TV that they really disrespected Vanilla Ice. You know, he said some stuff
Oh,
that remember that shit.
yes. I've seen. It's funny you mentioned that because I saw that clip about maybe a year ago on YouTube. You can go back and watch it, and yeah, bro. And Vanilla Ice kept his cool, man. He maintained composure, because
Yeah,
Arsenio Hall was throwing some stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. I'm just watching that.
yeah, and
I
it,
remember that.
yeah, and I think it was messed up because also I bet you I didn't know about this that Vanilla Ice was an opener for MC Hammer.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So
Okay.
that's what he was doing all that stuff and everything, and people were making talking shit because like you were copying you were taking samples of the Queen's
Yeah.
samples and dun, 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 that all that shit and
Right.
and
You're a
all that, but
sellout.
yeah, all that stuff and you know he was one of the first to have all those brands like him. I think Vanilla Ice and MC Hammer are the first ones who started doing the Pepsi commercials and this whatever, and they're called sellouts. But
Yeah.
look what's happening now in the hip hop game. Everyone's doing this Sprite commercials, this and all that. So
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice and MC Hammer were the fucking first pioneers.
Yeah. No, man. I was, dude. I was the first one banging that ice baby.
Baby, oh
Dude, I used
man,
to love that song. I was a freshman in high school, and I remember I had the single. I had bought the little cassette. Oh, we were loving that song. We were bumping
oh
that stuff, man.
dude, my lady texted me. It's called SB 145 of that sex offenders registration. That's what they're trying to pass the law.
SB 145. Thank you
S
very much.
SB 145. If you look it up, they already passed 3. If they get one more bar to pass, then they're gonna do whatever. So that's where a lot of sex offenders might be going around doing that shit now, and they're not gonna they're not gonna. That's
Yeah,
scary,
no,
man. It's
that's
scary.
fucking scary.
Yeah, so my lady just sent that right now because she's hearing it right now. So SB 145. So yeah,
Wow. Yeah, bro. Thank you for that, man. Thank you for the heads up on that because
yeah.
I'm gonna keep.
I
No,
wanna
you're right, man. If you have
I wanna
kids, yeah, but
I
I
wanna
hear
let
you,
you know about that. Yeah. So yeah, that's like Yeah, like I said, after this, after doing this podcast, because I really had an awesome time, being on your being a guest on your podcast, and I got to get you on my podcast soon.
Oh man, no, Mega Man, this has been an honor, bro. It's been a huge honor, man, because it happened real fast, bro. It happened real fast, and I want to thank you, man. I want to thank you because we were able to collaborate pretty quickly, and thanks a lot, man. No, I can't thank you enough, bro.
Yeah, we're almost at what, 2 hours already.
Yeah, we're 30 seconds away from 2 hours, and I would love to do your show whenever. Yeah, I would love, and you're always welcome back here, bro. We got to do a part 2 in the future.
Yeah,
things are coming, bro. Big things are coming, and I can't wait. I can't wait to see where you go, and I'm gonna keep grinding and just learning from all the podcasters out there. And I don't know. By the way, I don't know if you saw that there's a podcast convention or virtual kind of. I think it's in next month or at the end of this month. It's coming up here. I don't know if you're familiar with those. I don't know if you frequent those at all, Mega Man, where the conventions.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that. Kickback podcast, because I have my phone right now. So Kickback said we need to do one all together. Me, you, and Chris.
Oh, jeez, are you kidding me? Let's do it, bro. I'm Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm down.
Hey, I'm down, yeah, that's. Because having me and Chris on, man, it's a win-win.
Oh shit, dude! I had Chris on last week, and then now you this week, back to back. Jeez, 5 stars all the way around, bro.
Okay, B, I know we're gonna get to the end, but Chris, how the fuck you stay in the bathroom for fucking 2 hours just for a fucking World Series and shit? What the fuck? I would have been that guy's like, what the fuck's taking too long? I gotta take a shit, fool.
Oh shit! That's
what the fuck?
Hey, you know what though, Mega Man? I have to be honest, bro. I mean, that story is amazing, and if it was gonna take that to get into the game for free, I would have been right there too, bro. It's fucking stall on my phone, just twiddling my thumb.
Yeah, because Chris said it's the World Series. I know, but fuck, 2 hours. Fuck, I get it because he got emotional. It was like that's like me watching Cena. If I would be the same way too if the Giants were in the World Series and I had to wait 2 hours to go see. And I'm sorry, Chris, but hey, I would be the same way too.
No, but hey, bro, that story is one for the ages. I agree, man.
Probably one of the best stories. That story will forever be in my mind because when I heard what Chris said, I was listening like, what's gonna happen next? Is he gonna get caught? Hey, what? You left is this your cell phone? No, bye.
Yeah. Like right out of a movie, man. Right out of a movie.
Oh man, that has to be one of the best like World Series baseball stories, man. Because if his boy didn't get fired, had all those extra clothes or whatever, he's getting the shipment in the mail. He's like everything. It was like God was like, you're gonna go to the World Series. We're gonna do whatever we can, but Chris, you're gonna do it, and you can talk about it for you when you have your kids down the road. I sneaked in to watch the World Series at 1 or 2 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Oh my god, yeah, that fucking game lasted exactly. It was like a freaking 18-inning game, bro. That's amazing, man. Amazing.
Damn.
Amazing. He said it's the fucking Catalina wine mixer on the comments right there.
Yeah, but shout outs to Chris Kickback. He's I've been really following him for a while, and every episode he's getting better and better. And it was good that with Jay and Chris, Jay and Jesse are coming along, for the ride, and they have a very underrated podcast episode, and that's there's a lot of podcasters I'll support, like you. I'm going to support you and all the other podcasters, but Chris, his podcast is it's a diamond. It's a diamond in the rough, and it's very underrated. Very, very underrated.
Oh no, man! Definitely, bro. He's got a, yeah. Chris is good, man. That funny as hell. That's a funny podcast, man. Absolutely, absolutely. And yeah, I learned a lot from Chris last week, man. Learned a lot, man. I really grew from that podcast, and and shout out to I kind of want to. I know we're Megaman. Before we
Yeah, so
go,
I got plenty of time, dude. Hey, hey, this is your podcast. I'm not doing anything. Maybe a big man after dark after this, but hey, I'm all yours, man.
no, I appreciate it, but I just wanted to mention the some of those Latino podcasts, or I should say, podcasters that are Latinos and Pura Cultura. I was checking them out, man. Super good fucking podcast right there, bro. Pura Cultura. Shout out to those guys. There's what as far as a Latino podcast, Mega Man, throw some more at me. I know dude from LA podcast is good, man. That guy's solid.
Dudes from LA's podcast. There's a new one called Latino Happy Hour with Afro Robles, the guys from Buda Cultura, Chicano Shuffle, but also Chicano Shuffle. Like I said, No Father, No Problem. Cafe Con Podcast. Hold up, where's my thing? I'll give you a list before we log off right now. These are the ones let me see, hold on. You got Ask the Fellas, you got George Perez, you got the Yo-Yo Podcast with Martin and Hooter, you got Chicano-ish, you got the Fat Ass Podcast, you got Rhodium Radio with Tony A. the Wizard, you got Ranting with Ramos Podcast, you got Social Primate, shout out to my boy Eddie. Yeah, Rugged 33 Podcast, What's Up Food Podcast, Mindless Digital Podcast, Kickback, of course, Flashback with the Homies, Pretty Out There. Also, Chicano Chisme Podcast, Rodrigo's Podcast, Yeah Man's Podcast. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them, but, and that's one of the reasons why I want to start looking at other people's podcasts, because sometimes, in a way, if you follow a Latino podcast and it tells you down suggestions, I want to start listening, because you got to have an open mind. You got to learn from we got to learn from each other. No matter, like, I'm learning something with you today, and you're probably learning something with me as well. But and this is one of the reasons why, and I'm going to say this very bluntly, there's Latinos in the podcast game, we have to stick together, but some that they don't want to stick together, and they do their own thing. And like, to me, I want to build a family, I want to build a bond, I want to be there, support. But there's some podcasts, Latino podcasts, there's some fucking haters out there, and it sucks, and that's the thing where people are going to talk about. Oh, that's one of the reasons why Mexicans are not unity, because if it's all crabs in a bucket. If one podcast is doing good, we got to bring him down. We got to talk shit, chismoso talks and all that. That's one of the reasons why we're not together.
Yeah, no, I hear you, brother. I hear you, man. Envy's a mother effer, and jealousy, and no, I hear you, brother. But you know what? I think the majority, though, Mega Man, I think the majority will stick together, and we have to focus on those guys, who the ones that want to create, collaboration, camaraderie between the Latino podcast community. I'm gonna mess with those guys. I'm gonna mess with you. I'm gonna mess with those guys who are positive and who want to collaborate and build and stay grow together and be unite. So I think, like, I would say the majority, like I said, the majority are awesome, are willing to collaborate and be positive. Kickback Podcast mentioned Rambling Alcoholics.
I'm not gonna shout them out. Shit. I don't shout them out, because Chris from Kickback already knows I don't support them. That's one of the reasons why, like, they're fucking trolls. They talked a lot of shit. They talk shit whoever I bring on. And also those members and from them, they left those are the ones who left bad reviews on the Megaman's podcast. So fuck Ramblings Alcoholics. Fuck them. They can suck my dick.
I think Mega Man, I think you were talking about them recently, or someone. I don't know. I think it was like this past week, or was it last week, Mega Man? Where
I went off, because when you're in the podcast game, I know a lot of people, and I know with Ramblings they support this guy named Coach Can Q. He's a barbecue person. Well, I have my well-known barbecue person named Joey's Barbecue, and
Yeah.
the whole thing happened with Joey's Barbecue. This guy was a troll. Coach Can Q was a fucking troll, talking shit, talking about my boy Joey, and I had to put him on check. And I told him maybe you can do that with Joey, but you can't do that on the Megaman's podcast because he mentioned my name and it's like, who the fuck are you, man? You're from Pacoima. Hey, say hi to Richie for me, or say hi to Bob. He was talking all that. He was talking all that shit. I had to put him in check. How can he was a hypocrite and he got exposed and with that person talking all this stuff about Joey. So I told Coach Ken Q, well, why don't you tell your people that you don't know how to cook fucking barbecue and a lot of your food was all bacteria and a lot of your food was not even cooked and can you let people know that the barbecue sauce is not barbecue sauce? It's called fucking ketchup. Shit like that. And had them on the podcast talking all that shit. When I went to Ramblings Alcoholics podcast, we're not going to be crying or be emotional or blah, blah, blah. They know what they're talking about. I don't care. That's one thing about me. Like, they can keep on because they want to build numbers or this or use my name or whatever. I call them out. But they didn't. And also, they didn't say anything. They were just quiet. They don't want to say anything. I called them out, and what did they do? I even called them out. And Chris, I know my boy. I love you, my boy, Chris. We had a group chat with all the podcasters, and I was calling them fucking out. And I remember, I'm not going to mention other podcasts, but they were like, hey, man, keep that shit to you outside or this or whatsoever. It's like, dude, you don't even know, man. It's like, if it's almost like in a way I was being the aggressor, but I was sticking up for myself. And, you can't have people try to antagonize you or try to, talk shit to you, like that. They want to test your buttons and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I don't care. I don't care if they say my podcast sucks. I don't worry about that, and that's one of the reasons why, like, I don't worry about other people's podcasts because when you worry about, oh my God, this one's doing this one's doing that, it's gonna mind fuck you and it's gonna throw you off. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna be doing the silent treatment. I'm gonna be not worrying about other people's podcasts. I'm just gonna do my podcast and just do my thing and stuff like that. So I don't have time for drama. I have time to I don't have time for that. I need to get on the Joe Rogan's podcast. I don't need like bumpy roads like this from ramblings or other people haters and like trying to hold me down. And I don't need that shit. So I'm on a go. I'm on a fucking journey. And if they're gonna support me, support me. If they're gonna be holding me down, I'm just gonna go like this. Get the fuck off me, dude.
No, that's it, Megaman. Yeah, absolutely, man. One thing's for sure, Megaman. We're fucking with you, bro. Like Chris said in the comments, he said, you're welcome for getting Megaman amped up right now.
See how it is. See, Chris knows because I get kind of amped up because I've been through from a lot of the good times and bad times, and they keep on crying about like Megaman said we can't put this episode out, and Ramblings Alcoholics was on Chris, and they were talking about ever since Megaman said we can't put the episode out, everything's been going downhill. Like it's almost like the curse of Megaman. That's not my fucking problem. At the time, when they said in the podcast, oh, Megaman's a fart in the wind. He's not like something special or this, whatever. He's a bug on the floor. Well, that bug on the floor, that fart in the wind, that fly in the window is a somebody. Because I put them on blast. It's like you had Chris from Kickback Podcast. I'm sorry, I'm being anti. This is Chris. This is your fucking fault, Chris. Fuck you, man. I love that. That's my boy Chris right there. They had Ramblings had Chris on the podcast. They had Diplomatic Podcast. They had my boy Gilbert from Deadmau Anarchy. They had Wrestling Enthusiasts. You had 4 fucking people. Who have you bring on? And the people I'm bringing on, because I remember back in the day, Ramblings said, "Oh, I'm gonna get Mo from Craft Beer Kings." Really? I'm getting Mo from Craft Beer Kings this month. Who have you bring on? Step your game up. I got Beer Zombie. I got Martin. I got killers after killers after killers after killers. I'm not going to worry about their podcast or their network. I don't fuck with that shit. I'm doing my shit. And, my episodes, my numbers, my guests speak for themselves. So, and I'm doing your podcast. I'm doing another person's podcast. I'm doing this. I don't care. I don't care what they think. I really don't give a fuck.
All right. Megaman, no, at this point, bro, yeah, man. Let's move forward, bro. Yeah, like you said, and let's continue to just collaborate with those who are going to show you love and support, bro. That's the bottom line, right? You know, you're gonna cut the dead weight, to trim the fat, and we're gonna move forward, bro. You know, straight up.
And that's one of the thing. And there's also, I want to say this because there's a lot of people that say, "Oh, Mega Man, you're just making up lies. You're making up stories." These are not making up lies. These are not stories. I'm speaking honest truth. I'm being open with you. Like the sex stories and this or whatsoever, this shit happened. I mean, maybe they're hating because maybe they didn't have a life like I have, or maybe they didn't fuck 3 girls in one fucking night. Sorry, Ramblings, but Mega Man did.
That's right, man. That's right.
It's a way, but what can you do? But it is what it is. I didn't want this live, but these are stories. People want content. People want real stories. And that's one of the reasons why I'm a storyteller, because even though I'm doing other people's podcasts at the same time, I'm being honest with them. Because people want real people. Podcast listeners want real people. They want real stories. Oh shit, he's big and that's not one of us. He's not big headed. He's just one of the guys. He's just one of us.
Yeah, exactly, brother. Good point, man. Storytelling, bro. Storytelling. People want stories, man. You know. Hey, Mega Man. Before we go, bro, I wanted to ask you real quick about Joey's barbecue, bro. That I saw the picture. That stuff looks amazing. It's in Wilmas.
Wilmas and Wilmington, the best. Diverse City. He's always over there because I met Diverse City a couple times and he shows love and everything. So Diverse came all the way from he lives in South Central, but he drove all the way to Wilmington to get some barbecue. But Joey's barbecue is probably one of the best barbecues. I know there's other, because I didn't know there's barbecue wars of territorial. So Joey's barbecue catered for Fluffy, for Gabriel Iglesias, Martin Moreno, MC Pancho and his wife Chamelita, me, Joey's barbecue. He fucks with a lot of well-known celebrities.
Oh my gosh, no, I want to try that. I saw the pictures of his food, man, and I was like, wow, where is this place? And I was looking at his page. I think I've been following him today.
I'll let Joey know if you're coming. I'll tell Joey that if you ever come over there, he'll hook you up. It's on me. I'll just tell he'll give you a free barbecue. He'll try everything and say, "Yo, Mega Man told me," and I'll even pay for it. If not, he'll hook you up for free. He'll give you a free meal for free just for you to try it out.
Oh, that's great, bro. No, I appreciate that, brother. No. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, no, I want to get out there and check them out for sure, bro. I love good food, man. I'm willing to drive, for good food, bro. So I'm down.
Yeah, let me know if you ever come. I'll meet you up. We'll chit chat. We'll have some food. We'll drink some beers. Fuck it.
Yeah, no, I'm down, bro. And you know what, Mega Man? And if I'm in the Long Beach area, I'm gonna hit you up, bro. I got your number from Instagram. Yeah. And we'll be keeping in touch anyways. But
Well, I'll take you to some breweries. There's a brewery that we can sit down and eat and drink beers and shit over at Long Beach Beer Lab. So let me know.
Awesome, bro. No, absolutely.
Everything's on me. Everything's on me, and I'll give you a special 4-pack on me from Mega Man.
Oh man, thank you, brother. No, that's awesome. I'll take you up on that, bro. No, we gotta, we'll hook up, man. And Tina said, she just said, I'm back. She's just coming back. Tina, we're wrapping things up here. I hope you didn't miss too much, but hey, Mega Man, dude, this has been quite the experience, bro. Like I said, bro, I'll get on your show anytime if you ask, I'm there, bro. And we'll do this together. We should get on with Chris, all 3 of us, man, or let's do a collaboration, bro. I'm fucking down.
I can already tell, like, that episode is gonna be crazy.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, man. And then you know what? We'll collaborate with we'll do some big collaborations in the future, hopefully, man, with a lot more of with other podcasters, man. Just like you said, let's continue to freaking build the community and collaborate with those who are positive, bro. Who's got each other's backs, man. So I know you and Chris, man, you guys are good people, man. I already know it. So but yeah, let's look to the future, man. Big things coming. I want to thank anything. Oh, Mega Man, where can people follow you? Where can
you can you can follow me on Instagram at the Mega Man's Podcast, or my personal one at Megaman6980. But I want to give a shout out to my lady Cynthia, my kids Gavin, Alex, my son Emiliano, A special shout out to my daughter Luna. She's a cancer survivor. Shout outs to her. Daddy loves you. And that's one of the reasons why, Andy, leaving a legacy, because when I'm not here on Earth, I want my kids to remember me. I want my daughter to remember me. You know, like there's times I see my daughter, sometimes I don't, but I want to tell my daughters like, hey, daddy hasn't forgot you. I still love you, and no matter what. And that's one of the reasons why, in the end of the episode, I always tell Luna, Daddy loves you.
Oh man, that's amazing. Yeah, shout out to Luna. Absolutely, bro. And she's which one is she? How old is she?
She's 4.
Okay, she's the 4-year-old. And when's her birthday?
It's her birthday's gonna come in December. So yeah, I wanna plan something. So yeah, so I think she's gonna turn 5. But yeah, I'm probably gonna see her tomorrow. But like just by you talking about it, I get emotional because like I love my daughter. I love my daughter because she's been through a lot. A lot.
Good for her, man. Proud of her. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Hopefully, I get to meet her one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. You know, because I have a reason to ask. I have a 4-year-old. She just turned 4 in June, so yeah, they're about 6 months apart from your 4-year-old. So
yeah,
awesome, brother. I want to. Hey, brother. Well, thanks again, man. Let's hook up again soon. Let's stay in touch. Want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight, man. You guys are amazing. Tina Mendoza, Miss Cass. Shout out to Diverse City. Antonio Lopez, I think. Antonio Lopez came in. Chris from Kickback Podcast, of course, man. We'll be in touch, Chris. So I want to thank everybody who's watching from wherever you're watching, man. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate it. This has been quite the experience. I want to thank those who are tuning in later on the replay. Thank you so much, man. Love you guys. Support. I love the support. Love because I don't care how big or small you are. Without an audience, I mean, you don't have anything. You don't have anything. So this means a lot. You guys being here means a lot to me from the bottom of my heart. So for Megaman, any last words, bro, before you sign off? Before we sign off?
Just get ready for 2021. I'm gonna put more content out, and I just want to say, Andy, I thank you for having me on Profile Pod TV. I really, really appreciate it, and whatever I can do to support and just let me know. You know, that's what I want to do. Like I said, I'm so busy putting so much content out because I got to get my podcast and my name out there for Joe Rogan to hear.
Absolutely, brother. You might have to move to Texas, bro.
I'll do whatever I can, but if I have to go travel to different states to do other people's podcasts, I got to do what I got to do, man.
Absolutely. No, man. Keep grinding, bro. Keep grinding. I'm gonna keep learning and by watching you, and I'm gonna keep honing my craft here. So I want to thank everybody once again, man. If you want to be a part of this show, if you want to come on and let us profile you, let us showcase you, your skills, your talents. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a small business owner, if you're a musician, if you're like I said earlier, man, if you can do a Rubik's Cube in 5 seconds or less, man, we want to get you on here, man. So hit me up on Instagram at Profile Pod TV. And DM me, shoot me a message. Let's get you on, man. Let's collaborate. Let's grow together. Let's be positive. One love, and it's all good, man. So for everybody, man, again, for Megaman, I'm Andy Anatomical here for Profile Pod TV. Tune in next week for another episode. And like I said, man, this has been quite the ride tonight. Don't forget to subscribe on Profile Pod on YouTube for this channel. So appreciate the love and support, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. And always remember to take it easy.